Bu Isna ganti nomor apa ya Bu Jackie? Tahu ada ini ya? So, is there any? Ya. Oke, Pak Rektor, kita mulai ya Pak Rektor.
Oke, Mbak Luciana.
Okay, Miss Anda. Well, everyone.
My voice clear enough right now?
Yes.
Calling everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Respectable Rector of University Muhammadiyah Purworejo, Dr. Teguh Wibowo, Honorable Vice Rector of University Muhammadiyah Purworejo, Dr. Budi Setiawan, and Sri Elmayani MAG, the Honorable the Chairman of the Committee for the International Colloquium on Economics and Agriculture, ICEA, Dr. Tusino, the Honorable the Dean of Faculty of Agriculture, University Muhammadiyah Purworejo, Dr. Roysu Eni Mudawaro, our co-host, the Honorable Representative President from University Technology Marapahang, Malaysia, University of St. Anthony, Philippines, Cameroon Shore Polytechnic Colleges, Philippines, and Universitas Hasanuddin, Indonesia. Our speakers, the Honorable Dr. Moh Iqbal Mohnur, University Technology Marapahang, Malaysia, Dr. Chen Hilar Benki, University of St. Anthony, Philippines, Mr. Rocky Bikrusti, MBA, Cameroon Shore Polytechnic Colleges, Philippines, Dr. Jackie Anwar Ibawanti, University Muhammadiyah Purworejo, Indonesia, Isna Windani, MSc, University Muhammadiyah Purworejo, Indonesia, and the last one, Rizky Utami, SAM, Master Account Finance, University Hasanuddin, Indonesia. The Honorable, the Head of Language Center, University Muhammadiyah Purworejo, Dr. Puspa Dewi, as the moderator in the International Colloquium on Economic and Agriculture, ICEA. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and participant committee of the International Colloquium on Economic and Agriculture, ICEA. Welcome to the International Colloquium on Economic and Agriculture, ICEA 2023, in collaboration with foreign partner universities with the theme Green Economy for Global Sustainability on 10 June 2023. I'm Enda Lestari, acting as Master of Ceremony today. Ladies and gentlemen, on this special event, we have several agendas as follows. The first, listening to the national anthem of Republic Indonesia, Indonesia Raya, Malaysia, and Philippines. The second, welcome address by Chairman of the Committee International Colloquium on Economic and Agriculture, ICEA, UMP, Purworejo. The third, opening remark from Rector of University Muhammadiyah Purworejo. And the fourth, photo session. The fifth, the main agenda, speeches and question answer from the four prominent speakers. And the sixth, certificate presentation, the last one, closing. Ladies and gentlemen, to begin with, our first session is listening the national anthem of Republic Indonesia, Malaysia, and Philippines. For the operator, please proceed with the speech. Thank you.
International Pak Bali.
Thank you for the committee. Let's move on to the second agenda. I'd like to invite the chairman of the committee ICEA 2023, Universitas Muhammadiyah Purworejo, to deliver welcome address. Please welcome Dr. Kusino to the screen.
Thank you for the MC. Good morning. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Excellency Director of the Universitas Muhammadiyah Purworejo, Associate Professor Dr. Teguh Wibowo, Vice Rectors for Student and Alumni, Dr. Budi Setiawan, Vice Rector for Cooperation Office of UMP, Ibu Tri Ermayani, the Dean of Agriculture, all faculty members of Universitas Muhammadiyah Purworejo, and especially all the presidents, rector of our foreign partner universities, the distinguished speakers, all the participants from Indonesia, Philippines, and Malaysia, and of course, the committee of the Colloquium. First of all, thanks to Allah, the Almighty God, who has given us blessing and health again. We can gather here in this very special occasion for the International Colloquium on Economic and Agriculture 2023 with the theme Green Economy for Global Sustainability. So in this very special moment, I'd like to say thank you to all the president, rectors, especially the distinguished speakers for our partner institution, for having a great collaboration with UMP. To the speakers from UITM, Dr. Iqbal, from Cameron Sir Polytechnic Colleges, Mr. Rocky, from Yusan, Philippines, Dr. Jane Danike, from Unhas, Ms. Rizky, and of course from Universitas Muhammadiyah Purworejo, Dr. Jackie and Ms. Isna. Thank you for your availability for joining our program today. Well, ladies and gentlemen, when we talk about green economy is one of the results in improved human well-being and social equity, while significantly reducing environmental risk and ecological scarcity. Air, land, water pollution causes health problems and can damage the productivity of land and seas. So therefore, we have a job to support a green economy program to save our nature for human well-being. In relation to these issues, so these very current issues, I'm sure that all the participants, especially the students, will acquire beneficial knowledge and information about green economy for your job in the near future. And furthermore, I'd like to say thank you to all the committees, Colloquium partners, because today's Colloquium become one of the biggest conference hosted by UMP in 2023, where there have been nearly 300 participants registering this program today. I think that would be really wonderful program to all of us today. And this colloquium is also live streamed via official UMP YouTube today. Ladies and gentlemen, Universitas Muhammadiyah Projo has five faculties, and today's colloquium is fully supported by the Faculty of Agriculture, particularly the Department of Agriculture and Animal Science. We really appreciate your hard work and cooperation on this program. As a final point to the keynote speakers and all the participants, on the behalf of the committees, we are so sorry for any shortcoming and mistake during the colloquium, and I wish you a fruitful colloquium. Enjoy the colloquium. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you for Dr. Kusino. Ladies and gentlemen, the next agenda is opening remarks by the Rector of University of Muhammadiyah Purworejo. Please welcome Dr. Teguh Wibowo.
Thank you, MC. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi.
The Honorable, the keynote speaker, the Honorable, the Vice Rector, Dean, and all faculty member of Universitas Muhammadiyah Purworejo, and especially all President of all foreign partner universities, the Honorable, the participant, and the committee of the colloquium, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. First of all, let's thank to Allah, the Almighty God, who has given us blessing and mercy, so that we can virtually assemble here the International Colloquium on Economic and Agriculture 2023 with the theme of Green Economy for Global Sustainability. Ladies and gentlemen, in this opportunity, I will to say welcome to Universitas Muhammadiyah Purworejo, and also to express my sincere gratitude to everyone who has joined our colloquium, either as speaker or as participant. Especially to the speaker, Mr. Roku Cruz from Camarines Polytechnic College, Philippines, Dr. Muhammad Iqbal Mohnur from University Technology Marapahang, Malaysia, Dr. Jane Villar Begini from University of St. Anthony, Philippines, Mrs. Rizky Utami, MACC Fin, and Dr. Jackie Yubawanti, Magister Engineering, and Mrs. Isnawindani, MSc from Universitas Muhammadiyah Purworejo, to share their valuable ideas and experience as great scholar. Ladies and gentlemen, green economy is defined as low carbon, resource efficient, and social inclusive. In a green economy, growth in employment and income in a country are driven by public and private investment into such economic activities. Infrastructure and asset reduce carbon emission and pollution, enhance energy and resource efficiency, and prevent loss of biodiversity and ecosystem service. In relation to this matter, higher education institutions play a vital role to advertise and make the green economy program successful. Therefore, I am optimistic that this colloquium will give a lot of contribution to the effort and enhancing our education. In this opportunity, I also want to give my deepest appreciation to the committee and the colloquium partner who have worked hard to organize this program, and I hope that then the experience of organizing this conference will become a valuable knowledge to your life. Ladies and gentlemen, Universitas Muhammadiyah Purworejo is an established university with 5 faculties: Faculty of Economy, Faculty of Teacher Training and Education, Faculty of Social Science, Faculty of Agriculture, and Faculty of Engineering. UMP intend to strengthen mutual partnership and collaboration with many partners for the quality improvement. Therefore, we welcome other foreign institutions to collaborate with us as international linkages for conducting student and staff mobility, joint research and publication, and also joint seminar. Finally, to the next speaker and all the participants, I would like to express my apology if there is any inconvenience during this colloquium. And on behalf of Universitas Muhammadiyah Purworejo, I wish you an inspiring and wonderful colloquium. Ladies and gentlemen, be saying Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The International Colloquium on Economic and Agriculture 2023 is officially open. Have a nice colloquium and thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi.
Thank you for Dr. Teguh Wibowo for opening this seminar. We hope that
Thank you, sir.
Yes, we hope that we can follow this agenda till the end of this event. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before moving to the main agenda, this is the photo session. So for all the participants, please turn on your camera and try to keep smile. Our committee will take a picture. That's why, because we have a lot of screen pages in this conference. There are more than 100 participants, so it will take a long time. So stay on camera and then keep smiling. Our committee will take your picture in every screen. Screen 1, maybe we'll take a picture in 3, 2, 1. And then maybe the second screen. All right. In 3, 2, 1. For the participant who hasn't turn the camera on, please. All right. 3, 2, 1. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please stay your camera turned on. Maybe our committee hasn't finished to take your picture. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to the main agenda. This is about our speakers and teaches question and answer with the 4 prominent speakers from the foreign university. All presentation and discussion will be fully moderated by our moderator. And our moderator today is Dr. Puspa Dewi. A brief biography about her. Dr. Puspa Dewi is a lecturer of English Department in Universitas Muhammadiyah Purworejo and the head of Language Center. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome our moderator, Dr. Puspa Dewi.
Thank you for the time given to me, Miss Master of Ceremony, Miss Enda Lestari. Is my voice okay? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good morning and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. This is a very nice, really nice time for me as the moderator today. Thank you again for the opportunity, and really glad to meet all of the participants. I'd like to greet all the participants from University Teknologi Mara Cawangan Pahang, Malaysia. Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Students from UITM and also My best regard to the speaker from University Teknologi Mara Cawangan Pahang, Malaysia, Dr. Moh Iqbal Moh Nur. Very good morning, Dr.
Good
Iqbal.
morning.
Yes, it was really nice to see you. The second one, Dr. Jane Filler Benegay. Very good morning, Dr. Jane. Also, the students from
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Jane. Also, the students from USAN, Philippines. Good morning. Hello, everyone there. How are you? Hopefully, you are doing good. And also, Mr. Roque B. Cruz II, MBA. Very good morning, sir. How are you?
Very good morning, everyone. Good morning, Doctor. Good morning, po.
Thank you. And also the students from Camarines Sur Polytechnic Colleges, Philippines. Very nice to see you. And also the speakers from Indonesia, Mrs. Rizky Utami SA, Account Finance. Good morning, Ms. Rizky, Ibu Rizky Utami.
Ya, halo Bu,
Kabar baik,
Assalamualaikum.
Ibu. And also the students from Universitas Hasanuddin Makassar, Indonesia. Thank you for joining us. And Dr. Jackie Bibawanti from Universitas Muhammadiyah Purworejo. Good morning, Ibu.
Good
How are
morning,
you today?
Doctor, and good morning, everybody.
Thank you, Ibu. And also Ibu Isna Windani MSc, also from Universitas Muhammadiyah Purworejo. Very good morning, Ibu.
Good morning, Bu
Yes,
Puspa.
and all the students, not beloved students from Universitas Muhammadiyah Purworejo. Yeah, this is the main session, and thank you again for the committee for the time given to me. It is my great pleasure to introduce our grade 6 speakers, because today we are having 6 speakers. The first speaker will be Ibu Isna Windani from Universitas Muhammadiyah Purworejo, and the second speaker is Dr. Moh Iqbal Moh Nur from UITM Malaysia. The third speaker will be Dr. Jane Filler Benegay from USAN Philippines. Then the fourth speaker after the break will be Dr. Jackie from UMP. The fifth speaker will be Mr. Roque B. Cruz II from Philippines. And the last but not least, from Ms. Rizky Utami, Universitas Hasanuddin Makassar. Yeah. So the speakers will be divided into 2 sessions. The presentation will be in 2 sessions. The first will be for the 3 first speaker, Ibu Isna, Dr. Moh Iqbal, and also Dr. Jane Filler Benegay. And then after that will be the break, the students' performance from UMP. And the second session will be the 3 speakers from Dr. Jackie, Mr. Roque, and also Mrs. Rizky Utami. Yes. Without further ado, I do believe that all of us, all the participants, are in great curiosity about green economy. Yeah, I myself are really interested in this topic, because this issue is very crucial today in our life, particularly after the pandemic era. So, as what already stated by the director of UMP, and also from the committee from Dr. Tusina, that the green economy, yeah, I'd like to give a brief conclusion, and also cited from UNEP, yeah, UNEP.org, that the role of green economy for the sustainable development that it aims to improve production processes and consumption practices to reduce resource consumption, waste generation, and emission across the full life cycles of processes and products. This green economy provides a macroeconomic approach to sustainable economic growth with a central focus on investment, employment, and also skills. So it is a right place and also the great chance for us as the participants to have the six speakers from their expertise from the different background, and they will be giving the speeches under the green economy for the global sustainability. Now, please welcome the first speaker, Ms. Isna Windani. And before we go to his wonderful speech, I'd like to read her brief CV. Yeah, Miss Isna Windani, living in Yogyakarta, Indonesia. And also, she, she graduated from the bachelor program in social economics of agriculture from 11 Maret University and magister program in agricultural economics from Gadjah Mada University, Indonesia. And also, she has many research experience. Many research experiences under the issues of the agri-food e-commerce and also the collaborative governance dalam upaya perwujudan SDG Desa Kabupaten Purworejo. Yes, this is a collaborative research with Politeknik Keuangan Negara STAN Tangerang. And also she has teaching experiences, years of teaching in agriculture department. And now she's ready for the presentation. And also for the speakers, your time is about 30 minutes, 20 minutes. Yes, with the 10 questions. So for the participants, please feel free to raise your questions after the presenters. Ibu Isna?
Yeah, Bu Puspa. Yes, yes,
Okay,
I'm ready.
yes. Okay, yes, please enjoy your presentation. Time is yours.
Okay, thank you for the time, Bu Dr. Puspa. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good morning, everyone. I hope all is well and healthy today. First of all, I would like to thank you for the opportunity given to this event. What I respect are all leaders from Universitas Muhammadiyah Purworejo, University Teknologi Mara Malaysia, University of Saint Anthony Philippines, Camarinesur Polytechnic College Philippines, and Universitas Hasanuddin Makassar. I respect the speakers who were present on this occasion. Greetings to all college, to the colloquium participants, especially all students in this event. And in all invitation who attended this event, sorry, cannot mention one by one. Okay, I will provide material related to the green economy. I hope it can add to all of our knowledge and insight. Okay, please take the moment to display the material. Everyone can see?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, the theme that I raised in my material is trends, challenges, and opportunities from the green economy. Okay, Next, this is the problems. Yeah, one of the main issues raised in the green economy is caused by environmental damage such as forest fires, factory smoke pollution. This is what causes the health effects of the pollution. Yeah? Several factors that cause are air pollution, water pollution, and soil contamination. These three contamination cause adverse effects on human health because they can attack several important organs in the body, causing serious illness. And this is a very serious problems. Okay, next, we move to the basics of the definition and five principles of green economic. There are keywords in green economics is the process of developing social and environmental sustainability through the encouragement of public and private investment in infrastructure. There's a keyword is the social and environmental.
Sorry, Miss Isna, would you
Yes.
please to make the presentation slide full? Is it in the form of PDF?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I help? Can the commit help to the share screen?
Okay. To all the participants, is it okay? If Miss Isna present, it is. I think it is not a full version, but is it okay?
This is PDF file, Mrs. Puspa.
Yes, this is still in PDF file. Or
Yes.
Vista, would you please to send the PPT file to me or to the committee?
Okay. I send in committee. Yes. Take a moment.
But sorry, Ms. Isna, if it is okay for you and also for all the participants to have this PDF file for the presentation. You may continue the presentation anyway. Sorry for the interrupt.
Oh, okay. Okay, I would continue first. And the first slide, in the problems of the green economics cause the health effects of pollution. There are several pollution. There are air pollution, water pollution, and soil contamination. And then this is cause adverse effects. Yeah, adverse effects on human health because they can attack several important organs in the body, causing serious illness. Okay, ini this is the source problems, very serious problems in this era. Okay, I will next to the second slide. This is definition and five principle of green economic. Definition is the process of developing social and environmental sustainability through the encouragement of public and private investment in infrastructure. There are five principles in green economy. First, the well-being principle. Second, the justice principle. Then the third, the planetary boundaries principle. The fourth, the efficiency and sufficiency principle. And the fifth, the good governance principle. Okay, next. Current trends and opportunity. we'll know to try to we try to see from the economic side in general how current trends and opportunities from the green economy. The first threat is a vital element of the global economy. There are three, the sum of world exports. We can see by the exports of goods and services growth at a rate of 5% per year between 2010 and 2021, amounting to 22.3 trillion US dollar in 2020. And the second is the trade vital element is merchandise and commercial services exports shares of the world's GDPs. Shares the world GDPs double since 1970 up to 29.3% in 2021. In developing countries, this share reached peaks of 45%. And the third trade between developing countries is the most dynamic segments of global trade in the last decade, increasing from 39.2% of total developing country exports in 2012 to 50% in 2020. Okay, next, we can see that greening trade is an imperative of our times. This expansion of trade has implied in unprecedented surge in resources consumption, as well as significant increases in GHG emission, greenhouse gas emissions. To receive these trends, trade must become more sustainable and responsible. Okay, next slide. We can see from economic sector analysis, the report of analysis emerging opportunities, the challenges in 6 economic sectors, such as agriculture, fisheries, forestry, manufacturing, renewable energy, and tourism, all of which are particularly promising in transition to the green economy, especially for developing countries. Each of the sectoral chapters includes case studies, and there are 3 reviews the environmental and economic context for greening the economy. And the second presents green economy measures and assess the opportunities and challenges the imply for the developing countries such Indonesia. And the third is discusses enabling condition, such as policy tools, market-based instrument, the role of national and international frameworks, and relevant action that can help countries benefit from these markets. Okay, next we can see continue the economic sector analysis from agriculture. You can see that agriculture is large multinational companies made sustainability commitments, which will further drive demand for sustainable agricultural and fishery products. In agriculture, the organic agricultural market is projected to rise from 62.9 US dollar in 2021 to 105 billion in 2025. There is increasing demand for it for the sustainable and or organic products. Organic tea production increased by 200% between 2015 and 2019. Okay, next, continuing the economic sector analysis from fisheries and aquaculture. We'll capture fisheries, the already certified or in full assessment, records annual catch of around 18 million metric tons. This represents about 17% of annual global catch, while demand for outstripes supply. Sales of certified aquaculture seafood is forecasted to increase from 300 million US dollar in 2018 to 1.5 billion US dollar in 2025. The government of Indonesia also promulgated presidential regulation in 2018, approximately development goals in allocated 15.2 trillion rupiah. Also, environment protection, including forest management, waste management, and emission control. Okay, next we turn to economic sector analysis in forestry and manufacturing sectors. In forestry, we can see that illegal logging and processing is worth between 30 and 100 billion US dollar a year. Certification schemes like PEFC or VSC can significantly increase transparency in the forestry sectors. In 2013, 10% of global forest resources, which is close to 400 million hectares, are already certified. Still in forestry, certified product sales are worth more than 20 billion US dollar per year. Currently, demand outstrips supply. Price premiums for certified woods range between 15 until 25%. Non-timber forest products or NTFPS with high value markets. Okay, next we can see that manufacturing sector is manufactured products with environmentally friendly designs and sustainability standards have an advantage in international markets. Moreover, ISO 14001 certification on environmental management awarded increased by 1,500% between 1999 and 29. Increasing energy and resources efficiency in processes and production methods allows firms to maintain or increase competitiveness in international markets. Okay, we can next to the slide. In these slides, we can see that programs of the ministry to support the green economy in Indonesia. We have one table, the source from Ministry of Industry Indonesia 2021 and secondary data. There are implementation on year 2012 until 2021. In 2012, we can see that program is US potential mapping study. And the second is 2014. The program is industrial pollution control, identification of potential types of commodities for circular economy development. In 2015, the program is formulation of the US guidelines for the industrial sectors. There is update in 2019. In the 2015, in the same year, the formulation of the packaging was management guidelines for the industrial sector. Okay, next, the years in 2017 years, the formulation and the study of reduce the refill food or RDF standards and criteria. In 2019, there is a program formulation of the electronic waste management schemes in the industrial sector. In 2020, there is a program formulation of a roadmap for the implementation of circular economy in the electronics industry. In 2021, construction of mini depots in 6 locations, such as Cirebon, Bandung, Malang District, Malang City, Depok, and Banyuwangi. The last in 2021, the same year, study on the application of circular economy policy in industrial sector. Okay, there is programs of the ministry to support the green economy in Indonesia. Okay, next we can see that economic sector analysis in renewable energy and tourism. In renewable energy, the use of renewable energy could save an equivalent of 220 to 560 gigatons of carbon dioxide emissions between 2010 and 2050. The global market in low carbon and energy efficient technologies, which includes renewable energy supply products, is projected to nearly triple to $2.2 trillion by 2020. The developing countries significantly increased their export of renewable energy equipment, such as solar panels, and expanded their potential to export electricity from renewable resources.
Sorry,
And
Bu Isna, your time is 5 minutes left. Sorry.
Okay, thank you. Okay, the last economic sector analysis is from tourism. You can see that tourism generates large export revenues from developing countries, and ecotourism, which could focus on nature-based activities, the fastest growing subsectors of the sustainable tourism industry, and many developing countries have a comparative advantage in ecotourism. Okay, next, this is the enabling condition for greening that we can see from investment and spending, market-based instrument, national regulatory frameworks, enhancing dialogue and capacity building, international and regional frameworks. Okay, the next is, I think that this is the last slide. Challenge on the way to greener trade. Obstacles such as low levels of literacy problems in accessing finance, poor transport services and economic infrastructure, and lack of support by public institutions or hinder the ability to producers and service providers to comply with sustainability certification requirements. And the second, the complexity of the requirements that producers and service providers have to meet the access sustainable value chains. And the third, compliance with more requirements can be costly, notably for small and medium-sized enterprises, and can necessitate technology and know-how that may not yet be available in developing countries. In this macro analysis from World organizations such as UN or UNEP will continue to help developing countries overcome these challenges. Okay, that's the material that I can give to all the students and everyone today. Hopefully can provide benefits and increase our knowledge. So sorry if there is any mistakes. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Ms. Isna Windani from UMB. This is the wonderful presentation. Yeah, give applause to Bu Isna, for the participants. Thank you anyway. And now we are waiting for the questions from the participants. And one question already sent to me. Yeah, let me read Bu Isna, the question. Knowing many challenges when we attempt to go on the way the greener trade, what is your opinion or your solution that we can do to help the way to greener trade? Okay, I also want to forward the question in the questions, the chat box. This is the question, Bu Isna. Yes, from one of the participants. But the issues, trends, and also challenges of the green economy for the global sustainability. Also, the second question, yes, maybe we questions. Sorry, Miss. Okay, yeah. The first question, Ibu Isna.
Yes.
Okay.
I try to
Yes.
answer the first question
Yes.
first. Okay,
Yes,
thank you.
please, please.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. What's your opinion or maybe your solution that we can do to help the way to greener trade? From the slide that I shared today, we can to help the greener trade from accelerate the evolution to green, not to zero future. Yes, such as tackling the environmental, economic, and social impact of climate change requires a huge transformation across all sectors in economic, like agricultural, forestry, and many sectors. And the second is governments must lead. Government must lead, but progress is being held back by economic, politically, and regulatorily obstacles. Plus of a lack national and global leadership. And the last meeting ambitious sustainability target requires requires a bold of society approach sustainable by long-term government in this commitment. Yeah, I think that one basic solution to the greener trade, focus and trade in green economic is we can together to with government and must being led back by economic, political, and regulatory obstacles. Maybe this is my answers.
Thank you, Bisna, for the answer. Hopefully, it is answering the questions from the first participants' question. Yeah, thank you, Bisna. And you still have some more questions. Yeah. The second questions from Ahmad Alifuddin from UMB. Assalamualaikum. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for the opportunity. Previously, let me introduce myself. My name is Ahmad Alifuddin from Animal Husbandry Study Program at UMB. The question is how to take advantage of unhealthy environmental conditions to make land productive again, so as to provide benefits to the economy. This is the question. Could you please directly answer this question? Please, please.
Okay, I can try to answer the second answer that the second question, sorry. How to take advantage of unhealthy environmental condition to make land productive again, so as to provide benefits to the economy. Land productive is, we can, now is, levels are rising to the problems that we can observe and hear to problems in agriculture. I think that climate change in our country is how to provide positive outcomes for to make a land productive, and we can say that we also give many programs for problems in climate change. Saya masih kurang jelas ini Bu Puspa yang dimaksud pertanyaan ini, mungkin bisa diulangi apa yang dimaksud.
Yang dari Ahmad Ali Fudin ya Ibu?
Iya.
Ya, jadi ini bagaimana untuk apa ya, take advantage, mengambil manfaat ya dari environmental condition membuat tanah itu menjadi.
Oke, intinya saya bisa pakai Indonesia ya. Oke, tanah menjadi baik kembali dari masalah apa namanya lingkungan ini sebenarnya adalah yang sudah saya singgung tadi adalah penggunaan pertanian secara organik ya. Jadi organic farming is salah satu solusi untuk kita bagaimana bisa mengembalikan untuk kesuburan tanah yang sudah digunakan dari cemaran bahan-bahan kimia. Dan tentu saja memang untuk di Indonesia sendiri, lahan pertanian di Indonesia itu sekarang sudah kita tercemar ya. Dari zaman Orde Baru memang sudah diprogram oleh pemerintah memang untuk peningkatan produksi dalam negeri, sehingga Indonesia pada saat itu bisa mencapai swasembada pangan. Tapi sisi negatifnya adalah penggunaan chemical yang sangat membahayakan bagi lahan pertanian itu sendiri sampai di masa kini. Nah, jadi sekarang untuk menggalakkan kembali program untuk melindungi lingkungan, itu menggunakan pertanian organik yang tentu saja lebih aman dan juga cemarannya bisa melindungi kita sebagai konsumen itu untuk menghindari berbagai macam penyakit yang timbul dari cemaran kimia tersebut. Itu yang bisa saya, pada intinya itu yang bisa saya jawab dari pertanyaannya Mas Halifudin, Bu Puspa.
Thank you, Ibu, for the answer. Is it answering your question, Mas Halifudin? Is it cukup jelas ya jawaban dari paparan dari Ibu Isna ya? Baiklah, because your topic is very interesting, Bu Isna. So many questions are listed here. However, due to the time limit, so sorry for the rest of the questions. We will open discussion, free discussion with Bu Isna. Maybe you can contact her through her email address and to have wider discussion. However, we want to invite one more questions from Muhammad Nasihin ya, Muhammad Nasihin Al-Mubarak. The question is, dari yang Ibu sampaikan tadi, apa hasil yang diharapkan dari program pertumbuhan hijau Indonesia? Maybe this is the last but not least question. Yes, please Ibu.
Oke, pertanyaannya Mas Nasihin ya. Jadi untuk program pertumbuhan hijau Indonesia memang masih terus digalakan ya. Terakhir beberapa program yang sudah dilakukan oleh pemerintah dari tahun 2014 sampai tahun 2021 ya. Jadi memang ada beberapa yang kita harus wujudkan untuk pertumbuhan ekonomi hijau yang tentu saja dapat mengurangi kemiskinan serta memastikan inklusi sosial, kelestarian lingkungan, dan efisiensi sumber daya pertanian pada khususnya, sehingga nanti bisa tercipta yang namanya apa yang menjadi tujuan dari ekonomi hijau itu sendiri, yaitu pertumbuhan ekonomi yang kuat, namun juga ramah lingkungan, serta inklusif secara sosial. Mungkin itu yang bisa saya sampaikan di pertanyaannya Mas Nasihin, Bu Puspa.
Thank you, Ibu, for the clear answer and also the explanation. Once again, we do really sorry for the rest of the questions coming from the participants. However, we really appreciate your interest on the first speaker presentation. Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, please give big applause to Ms. Nawindani as the wonderful presentations. Thank you once again, Bu Isna. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the time for us to invite the second speaker, Dr. Moh Iqbal Mohnur from University Technology Mara Cawangan, Pahang, Malaysia. And before we please Dr. Moh Iqbal to give his wonderful speech, let me read his bio, his short bio. He is a senior lecturer at University Technology Mara, or fellow at Institute of Biodiversity and Sustainable Development, and managing editor journal Bioresources and Environments. And his PhD qualifications from the Natural Resource Governance from University Putra Malaysia 2018, and MSc qualification from Environmental Economics from University Putra Malaysia 2014, and for the bachelor degree from the Economic Faculty, University Putra Malaysia 2009. And these areas of expertise are in the evidence synthesis, environmental governance, climate changes economics, health economics, environmental economics, economic valuation, and natural resource governance. And also he has many publications, and based on the data I received, that only last 2 years and only indexed in ICEA on Scopus index with impact factor, many publications, one really wonderful achievement from Dr. Moh Iqbal. Yes, please, Dr. Moh Iqbal, are you ready? This is your time to present. Please enjoy your presentation.
Okay, thank you, Doctor. So first, I want to say thank you for inviting me to the talk. Let me share the slide first. Okay. Okay. So my name is Iqbal, and actually my focus right now is on this topic is blue carbon. So if any of you basically blue carbon is simply a term on carbon capture by the world ecosystem on the ocean. So everyone, I think everyone has heard about carbon. What is carbon? So carbon is actually something that help our world right now to sustain our weather. So, and also I think everyone also heard about what is carbon dioxide. So it's a human activity such as agriculture, industrial activity. We emit or give off carbon dioxide, and that's carbon dioxide will change our world climate, and it's not in a good way. So we in Southeast Asia, we already see this. Usually our rainy season is in late December, early January, and this year, this past 2 years, we see that our rainy season start at end of February and maybe sometime in March, and now it's supposed to be end of summer, but in Malaysia it's really hot. So this happened due to a lot of carbon emission, and how we as economists can harness this type of carbon and drive a sustainable growth. That is what I want to present today. So our green economy is basically aimed to sorry, I got a little bit of cough. So there's green economy is a system that aims to get sustainable development. And the main characteristic is to have a low carbon, resource efficient, and socially inclusive. We want to introduce what we call as voluntary carbon market. it actually explain all the three characteristics. It try to promote low carbon. It try to actually use all the resource efficiently, and also try to include the current local community. So it's socially inclusive. And the objective is to how we want to help or conserve this blue carbon project and make sure that all the stakeholders get what we said, benefit from the economic benefit, the environmental benefit, and also the social benefit. So what is voluntary carbon market? Voluntary carbon market is actually where some of the company voluntarily offsetting their emission. They want to claim what the product to get a net zero product. So they will calculate what is their net emission, how many carbon dioxide that they produce, and then they will pay some of the carbon project to offset it. So they will try to get what we said equilibrium way of carbon dioxide emission. So offsetting is actually a good way to state that the product is carbon neutral. And to do this, they need to get a certificate from the company that do a blue project program. So below there, the picture, you have see the carbon neutral product, climate active product. And this is actually why people do this, because they want to have some sort of marketing so they can say to others, we can see that a lot of people are environmental literacy is very high right now. Climate literacy is high. So company want to do this so they can say that they are sustainable, they are carbon neutral, and people will buy it. It is good for their marketing actually. So this type of voluntary carbon model is actually something that have a future. So this is the market. So basically in this year, last year, 2022, this market has get about 2 billion per year. And it said that by 2030, the market can grow to 40 billion. So there's the left side is how many the current one, and we expect it to grow about 50 times. So 2 billion times 50 times, about 100 billion in 50 years. So the benefit of voluntary carbon market is carbon sequestration, biodiversity conservation, ecosystem service, and that's it's just for the environmental benefit. And for the social benefit, it's actually job creation for the community. Community can involve in the project, let's say mangrove restoration, so they can get money from this voluntary carbon market. And the economic benefit is actually is good because right now I have go to some international conference, and some of the participants have asking this, stay with me, the question, why did people cut tree, even though we understand that tree give us oxygen, and actually oxygen will give us life. And the answer that I get stunned me. He said because tree did not pay tax. So when they did not pay tax, government did not get any economic benefit. So with voluntary carbon model, we can give revenue generation. So now the actual tree without any cutting, without using, can also give economic benefit. So the good news, Malaysia and Indonesia, right now we are the first and third in carbon stock around the world. We have the highest carbon stock. So with highest carbon stock, if we can go to the good certification and everything, we can be like number one. This can be like oil in the future. So this is the good news. We have the first and third carbon stock in the world. But the bad news, we also, Indonesia and Malaysia, the world highest CO2 emission. So you can see from the picture that we have a color red. So basically, we are the first and second highest world for CO2 emission. Why this happened? Because of food production. So a lot of mangrove being given away for food production. In Southeast Asia, basically we produce shrimp. So a lot of mangrove being cut to change to food security. So based on our calculation, 100 gram shrimp is equivalent to 90 liter of petrol being burned. So I also like shrimp, but yeah, that's the price that we need to pay now. So, and also our global trend in contribution. We basically, the whole world actually, we just focus on the, what we say, the direct part. This, so the direct part. We just want to take advantage of our ecosystem based on only food, energy, and material. We forget about the cultural, the support, and the regulation. Actually, there are a lot of things that our forests give to us, but now we only use the provisioning side of it, the food, the energy, the material, and all other side of our ecosystem, the regulation, the supporting, and also the cultural are decreased. And basically, ecosystem service is not just on the direct. We can put money on all the other indirect. So what we call in economic the externality. We have fishery, more than 3,000 fish species is found in the blue carbon ecosystem. We also can take a lot of tourism activity that did not destroy our carbon, our ecosystem. It's actually a water filtration station and also a coastal protection. We in Southeast Asia, supposedly we have seen what tsunami can do to our country, but we forget that we basically, if we plant mangrove, it's better than we put a grey infrastructure such as breakwaters. Mangrove is actually the best nature production to stop tsunami, and also it's a livelihood for about 120 million, because our culture is actually, we in Southeast Asia, there are a lot of people stay at the coastal area because we are what we say a sea people. So it's a livelihood for 120 million. And right now we are trying to destroy it systematically. So with voluntary carbon model, we can help to sustain, we can help to again improve our coastal people livelihood. And also we have an untapped potential, actually unknown benefit from the, what we say, sorry, so uncovering the benefit that blue carbon related species, we can use it for medicine, we can use it for technology, and it also can be a disruptive tech application. So this is our current work. I'm doing this work now in all over Malaysia, actually, in Sabah, in Terengganu, and also in Johor. But I want to show you the latest one, what we're doing in Terengganu. So Malaysia actually has about 14% of world mangrove forest, about 630,000 hectares, and is estimated to produce about 42.5 million metric tons for carbon. However, from 1990 to 2020, we have lost about 20,000 hectares. And this come because of deforestation, conversion of mangrove areas to tree farm, or climate change. The left and the right side is actually the current picture. I just take it last month. The left side is to show how deforestation impact the coastal, and but the right side is how the people inside the community itself destroy their what we call as their habitat. Okay, so this is our study site. It's in Setiu Wetland. It's the largest natural wetland in East Coast region, Peninsular Malaysia. It's actually a very beautiful place with a 14-kilometer lagoon, and it has the what can we say as the most cleanest river in Malaysia. But even though that's all what happened currently, but most of the mangroves area in this area will be converted into development and industrial area. So because people did not see the value of wetland, they think that if they did not cut it, they will not get something. So this voluntary carbon model can help to protect this environment, because but first we need to make sure that people are aware the value. So we doing what we call a net map method, a method to analyze the connection across the individual and organization. So it's focused on the interaction of the actor, or what we call the stakeholder. We want to make sure that the stakeholder they know or understand what is blue carbon. They know or understand how can be it used for the country development, and we want to see how they think is the future of blue carbon. So we involve about 55 respondents, mostly come from the government agency and also international NGO, business provider, local community, academician, and also international funder. So we do a direct interview, a focus group discussion, and also what we call a government town hall meeting. So from there, okay, this is some kind of what we call a network analysis. It shows who are the most important in the network, in the habitat, in the ecosystem, who are the most important people. And from our result, we see that the government agency has a high number of connection, while the community is actually not that well informed, and also did not have that high number of material. So the community who live in the blue carbon ecosystem is actually the most marginalized. They did not have any information about what they can do in their area, and also they did not have a lot of capital. So what happened, because so the challenge now in Malaysia, actually, there are two top down. There are two top down. There are lack of communication and information. I do not know why the slide is there, but basically the government relies on top down approach, and most of the action took place in silo. Basically, a lot of stakeholders only talking with themselves, even though us academician also has been found to live in silo. We do our research by ourselves. We go to the another study site by ourselves, and we produce journal by ourselves. Only we read it. So this type of action have actually made the knowledge sharing part of it lost. So there are a lot of knowledge sharing barrier between key stakeholders. There are, from my previous slide, there are high number of market, but no knowledge sharing. So people did not know that when they're involved in this kind of activity, it's actually not just environmental benefit, they also will get the economic benefit. So, and also again, there are unclear rules among key stakeholders. Community thought that they cannot do this, and the government agency thought that why the community not doing this? There need to be a lot of awareness and knowledge transfer program. And there are negative perception on the protected area. There's thing that when they stop, when government put like an act to make sure that the place has been protected, so the local community thought that now they're gone, their livelihood. But they can change actually their livelihood. They can make sure that there will be a lot more job creation if they do this. So what can be done next? So blue carbon, actually we need to have this is not just one research area. This is not just one disciplinary. This need to be a multidisciplinary, multi-cross-country program actually. We need to cover the map, we need to restore the potential, we need to value our ecosystem service, improve our quantification, and support the socio-economic analysis. Yes, like I said, this need to be also multi-country research. We are some from Indonesia, some from Philippines, some from Malaysia, but fish did not have identity card. They can go to anywhere they want. So anything that a government, a policymaker do, basically we need to take an interest in what we say the interdisciplinary and cross-country research. So the next thing we can do and basically to do a stock account and to record the ecosystem asset, and also we can do what we call the flow account, record the supply of our ecosystem service, and also then we can do a stock account, record our stock and change that stock to the market. So this is a new way for green economy. We not just taking care of our natural resource asset, but also make some economic benefit from it. Okay, thank you. You have any question?
Thank you, Dr. Iqbal. Really sharp, yeah, the time management, because I'm about to remind you that you have a good time management. Thank you anyway. And also, really inspiring presentation about blue carbon. Yes, I myself, I'm not from the agriculture or something from the what was it? I am from the teaching department, so when what is it? I look at your presentation, I got something new from your presentations. Also, I saw the data that Indonesia got the highest percentage of blah blah blah, right?
Yeah, carbon stock.
Yes, this is very interesting, very interesting. And please, for the participants, we invite the questions to Dr. Iqbal, please. Is there any questions? Please feel free to type on the chat box. Please, or do you want to raise the question directly? Just unmute on your speaker. Apakah ada students from UMB, please? If you want to give direct questions to Dr. Iqbal, bisa langsung di-unmute ya.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, please.
This is for me. I'm so interested actually with the research that conducted by Sir Muhammad Iqbal.
Yes, yes, Miss.
Yeah, because I also conduct the same research like the blue carbon in Indonesia, but the focus is on seaweed. So it's seaweed is that. Maybe I would like to just ask about the Malaysia situation or condition, sir. Sorry, because it's interesting for me. How about Malaysia? Also, do you also know about the data regarding about the seaweed? Because mostly now people talks about the mangrove, yeah, and then the forest as well, and reforestation, and some sounds like mangrove is the best agent for sequester the carbon, but how about the seaweed creatures in Malaysia? What do you think about that?
Okay, thank you. Great question actually. So to answer that, I need to make sure that, okay, in terms of Malaysia right now, actually in terms of the whole blue carbon, seaweed and seagrass is the best for the carbon sequestration. But in Malaysia, we have some kind of act that seaweed and seagrass are not part of the forest. So we try, this is actually because this is still new. So there's not a lot of awareness need to be done, not just for the community but also for the policymaker. So that's where we want to go. And in Malaysia, frankly, there are a lot of focus only on mangrove, but there are start on seagrass and seaweed. There have been a lot of projects but more on community participation and also economic benefit for the seaweed in Sabah. So this is still new research in Malaysia actually, but we find that the government agency and also a lot of NGO and community are willing to participate in it. Okay, thank you for the question.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. And also, ma'am, for the questions. Maybe you have the same interest, then you can make a collaboration anyway someday with the lecturer from UNHAS and also UITM. Really interesting, yeah. And still waiting for the other questions. We still have about 2 or 3 minutes to go. Is there any more questions? Talking about mangrove, this is really what is it? What is it? The focus on the concern of the research. Our speaker, Bujaki, she has the same concern, conducting research and also expanding the environment sustainable activity under the mangrove. Yeah. So maybe, yeah, the topic is really matched today. Yes. Anyone wants to give further questions? Okay, since the participants are still wonder, yeah, they're still formulating the question actually, Dr. Iqbal, because I myself also feel interested, but still waiting for the right time. Maybe after this, they can type or send the question directly to you, and we'll share the knowledge with the participants maybe after the session. However, because the time limit is limited, so this is the second presentation from Dr. Iqbal. Yeah, please participants, I'll give a round of applause to Dr. Iqbal. Thank you for the wonderful presentations and also the questions from Ms. Rizky from UNHAS. Thank you anyway. And ladies and gentlemen, now we have the third speaker. She is Dr. Jane Killer Benegay, yeah, from University of St. Anthony, Philippines. Before we please Dr. Jane Benegay to present, let me read her short bio. Her current position is the Quality Assurance Head, also Associate Professor, Graduate Studies and Research, Associate Professor, College of Information and Business Management of University of St. Anthony, Philippines. She pursued the the MBA degree from University of Makati, graduated in 2002, and also presently she enrolled in Juris Doctor or GD at University of Northeastern Philippines, and also her previous position and experience in the Quality Management Representative Officer in Charge, College of Business Education, Program Head, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, Internal Quality Audit, Lead Auditor of University of St. Anthony, and also the President of the Quality Management Representative of the Z Alpha Navigation Inc., and also the Crewing Manager in Alpha Navigation in Ukraine. And her achievements as the National Treasurer at the Council of Economic Educators, or CECON, and also attended regional, national, international conferences and seminars on economics of education, and also she has presented papers or as the presenters for research in the Asian Community Social Response Humanitarian Excellence Award as the APEC Gold Excellence Award. Wow. And also as the Ambassador's Choice Excellence Asian Award. Ambassador for Quality Management and Higher Advocate, Outstanding Model Female Professor. Wow, this really yes, outstanding achievement. Yeah, congratulations. And we're really what is it? Waiting for her great speech. Please welcome Dr. Jane Valdeneke. Yes, doctor, please.
Yes, ma'am. Is it okay to share my screen?
Sure.
To navigate my screen? Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, sure.
Sorry, ma'am. I am disabled to share the screen. So kindly transfer to me the co-hosting, ma'am, so that I can share my screen.
Sure, doctor. Please wait a minute.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Pak Murhadi, please send the host to. Yes, Dr. Jane.
Yes, ma'am. Hey, ma'am, check. Did you see my slides, ma'am, for checking?
Yes.
Okay. So thank you very much. And for the invitation you have given to me and the opportunities to discuss with you for today's event, the green economy for global sustainability. So to the rector of Universitas Muhammadiyah Purworejo, Associate Professor Dr. Tigo Wibuno, MPD, and to the facilitator of today's event, Dr. Tosino, nice meeting you, sir. And to my fellow resource speaker for today's activity from University Technology Mara from Malaysia, Dr. Mood Iqbal. And we have also fellow speakers from your school, UMP, Dr. Chiki, Dr. Isna, and to mention others, not to mention others. But before I forgo, I want also to acknowledge Attorney Emmanuel S.D. Ortega, LLM, our president from the University of St. Anthony, and our Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Jose V. Ballesteros, our Dean from the College of Information and Business Management, Dr. Edwin P. Bernal, MEDBA CPA, and also my friend from the College of Teachers Education, the Dean Rafael Onyate. And also I want to acknowledge Dean Jennifer Mendoza from the College of the Accountancy, my fellow teachers, co-teachers, Ma'am Rose Marcuri, Ma'am Teda Nacional, Ma'am Mafel, and Ma'am Yuka, and all my faculty members and students who are with me for today's activity. So I am tasked for today to discuss regarding the green economy for global sustainability. But before I forego again with my little bit short discussion I have over here, I want to greet everyone, to the Malaysian and Indonesian who are here, Selamat Pagi. And for English language, I have here good morning. And for Filipino, we have magandang umaga. Now, I have a saying for today that as you grow, you change. And as you change, you grow. And according to Marley Martin, the earth does not belong to us, but we belong to the earth. So what does we mean with this saying that the earth does not belong to us and we belong to the earth? So it means we need to protect our environment, our Mother Earth. We need to protect. I am promoting to each and everyone within this particular event, and good that the facilitator of this event, the UMP, give me a chance and opportunities to talk regarding our Mother Earth, how to protect them and how to be sustained. So I have over here in my future slides the best practices that we forego. So a while ago, our previous discussant, Dr. Mood, discussed regarding the blue carbon. So the blue carbon, under the definition of the green economy, this is now defined as the low carbon services. We have resource efficiency and socially inclusive. So one definition, I'll just be focusing on one definition under the low carbon first, and I proceed with the resource efficiency and next with socially inclusive. So in the green economy, the growth here in employment, in income increases, and it is driven by public and private investments into such economic activities such as the infrastructure and assets that are reduced carbon emissions and pollution, enhance energy and resource efficiency, and prevent the loss of biodiversity and ecosystem. So a while ago, according again to Dr. Mood, he discussed regarding the blue carbon, and I forego with the promotion of planting the mangrove tree, wherein here in our place, specifically in our university, we practice under our one program, the College of Maritime Education, that we have the community extension service along seaside of Balatan, Camarines Sur, wherein previously we plant the mangrove tree. And this mangrove tree helps a lot in the prevention of our ecosystem, our natural resources. So for now, we have the green economy. Again, we have low carbon growth, the resource efficiency, the social inclusivity. So this means this is equals now to the sustainable development. So I forego first focusing on the low carbon, wherein the economy that causes the low levels of greenhouse gases emissions compared for today's carbon intensive economy. So an example for a carbon, for the greenhouse gases, an example of this is the carbon dioxide. So if we have the carbon dioxide, the methane, we have industrial gases, those are the greenhouse gases, wherein we should use it at a low carbon, like again, the blue carbon, wherein Dr. Nood campaigns for it. So another thing, we have an example of using the e-cars, the electronic cars, the e-buses, the e-bikes. We have also the manual bikes. So we have to campaign more regarding the use of these facilities or vehicles. This is just an example in the usage of the low carbon, wherein we limit now the use of more carbon dioxides and the industrial gases we are using right now, specifically that the fuel right now, the price of gasoline right now keeps on increasing and increasing. So next, I have to forego with the data that we have throughout the world that was converted into energy. The 52% carbon dioxide emissions have been reduced by 2.2 million tons per year. So the 52%, these are the thrust that is converted into energy, which is equals to the heating of 1 million and the electricity to 250,000. Now, I proceed with the next. The color blue slides here, wherein this is composed of 47%. These are trusts sent to landfills, and the recycled trusts right now in the dark blue. In the dark blue, we have trash sent to landfills, the 1%, sorry. The trash sent to landfills, this is composed only of 1%, and the 47%, these are recycled trash. So now, regarding this data, I forgo with Sweden, wherein the #1 greenest countries of the world is Sweden, wherein they have this data, the 52%, 47%, and the 1% that is trash to landfills. So what happened with the recycled trash? They keep on producing the recycled one, the recycled plastic, bottles, the cans, and etc. And it is converted into a production of these recyclable materials that have been sold out in the market right now. So in our place, in Camarines Sur, specifically in Iriga City, we are not using the so-called plastics in the wrapping of the items or goods. We every time use this paper wrappers, the boxes, and etc. that can be recyclable. So now here in the Philippines, once again, the government is promoting the use of the e-bus. So just last week, we have a news that the government is spend a lot under the Department of Energy that they are purchasing a lot of electronic buses and cars. So they keep on promoting these energies to use. So the next one, the second one is the resource efficiency. This is a second from the definition wherein this is the efficient, how to use the resource efficiency. Resource efficiency is the use of our natural resources. So how to use this resource efficiency? We have dematerialization, meaning reducing materials and energy use. And we have also rematerialization, remanufacturing, and recycling. So we are promoting here also in the Philippines. And I searched over there in Indonesia and Malaysia that you are also using the remanufacturing and recycling and the use of energies. Like a while ago, under our first speaker, we have Dr. Isna. She focuses or discusses regarding the use of their solar panels, renewable energies. So next, I proceed with how to use the recycles. We have waste garbage or waste can, waste plastic. We have the color blue represented by plastic. This is just a sample wherein we can practice in our respective place, not only at school, but in our communities and specifically at home. We need to practice this one. First, we need to separate the plastic one, the glass, the metals, and the paper. Why? We need to reuse this one. We need to recycle this one. And we need to recover those waste. The source of reduction, we have here to reduce. Reduce meaning to limit the number of consumption. We purchase only what is needed. So the next one, we reuse. So if ever we purchase with plastic bottles, we need to reuse it. Afterwards, there should be a recycling or composting. And next one, to recover those waste. And once we recover those waste, it should be disposed to manufacturer or sale or to landfill if ever these are for disposal. But if we have plastic, glass, metals, and papers, we need to dispose this to manufacturer in order for this particular goods to be recovered and transform it to a productive products that will be sold in the market. So now, next, under the 4 R's of waste management, we need to reduce, again, we need to reuse, we need to recycle, and we need to recover. So once we recover, it can be profitable for us in our daily lives, and it can be in the future be a business. Now, next one, we have how to recycle. First, the material energy should be extracted, but there should be a so-called emissions, the eliminations of the carbon dioxide. And then next, these raw materials will come on to the production, wherein it can be produced under the different manufacturers. It will become an energy or something that can be sold in the market. And next, for consumption, and also we have to proceed with the waste. But once again, I have over here outward, we have the so-called emissions, wherein we can every time use these emissions in order to have a low carbon. So for the next, again, the solar panel is here, the windmill is here. Those are example of renewable energies. So the third one, I proceed with the social inclusivity, wherein this is a process of improving the terms on which individuals and groups take part in society. It improves the ability, opportunity, and dignity of those disadvantaged on the basis of their identity. An example, we have our culture, we have gender equality, the equal opportunities to all regardless of race, religion, and others. So we need to forego with this socialization with other countries like you, like us, doing right now. We have social inclusions that under the paradigm of the inclusions, I have over here the social inclusion, meaningful relationship with family and friends, the feeling of value. You are welcome in interaction with others, including strangers, but then we should limit, specifically in the social media right now, we need to limit the inclusion of the strangers. We need to limit it, okay? Because a lot of strangers in the websites, in the social media, that sometimes they are dangerous to us in our daily lives. Now, I proceed with the economic inclusions. Having option to participate in paid or a voluntary work and contribute as a productive member of the society. Having choice as the valued consumer of goods and services. So again, under economic inclusions, we need to work on it on the voluntary work and contribute to being productive in the society, like extending our community service to our adapted communities here in our place. Now, I proceed with the next, the political inclusion, wherein being able to influence decision affecting our life. For example, by voting in election or participating in civil and political activities. But then, engaging in the political activities, again, we should limit also engaging in the political activities. Why? Sometimes we have the activists, in the different places of the world, there are oppositions in our governments. So we need to avoid it. We have to limit it. So next one, we have the 2023 data, the 10 greenest countries of the world. We have Sweden, Denmark, the United Kingdom, Finland, the Switzerland, France, Costa Rica, Iceland, Norway, and Ireland. So Indonesia, I know you belong to also a good place. I searched over Indonesia that you are under the 7th list greenest countries of the world. I congratulate you, ma'am and sir, for doing it, for a great contribution to the world economy. So next one, I get the picture of Sweden, wherein under the Sweden, this is very, very green because they are under the number one, the greenest number one. I pick the Sweden only as an example. So they have the data that the organics is composed of the 54%, the plastic also composed of 18%, wherein they are using. The paper and cardboard, 8%, textiles, 12%, the metals, only 2%, and the glass is 2%. So I go back with my previous slide. So look at their houses, how they built their houses. So there is a limitation of metal use in Sweden. Okay, that's why the composition is only 2%, wherein they every time use the term organics under the 54%. So the next one, how countries like us reduce waste. So rather than sending trash to landfills, waste to energy plants generate energy, which is then delivered in the form of electricity for our homes and businesses. So only 1% of our country should be trashed and shall be sent to landfills. This is a campaign, so that everybody will be happy in the so-called the green economy, the sustainability globally. So we need to only to use 1%. So the 10 Asian member countries, we have Brunei, Cambodia, Indonesia, Laos, Malaysia, Myanmar, Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, Vietnam. They are well on their way to achieving the more sustainable development, like having a strong income and consumption, and the growth in the recent years has reduced the poverty. It improved the health and education outcomes and lead to greater inclusion to varying across the Asian countries. For example, with continued income growth and strong policies, most Asian countries are tracked to eradicate absolute poverty by 2030, a major milestone for these Southeast Asian countries. Congratulations to you, specifically again to Malaysia and Indonesia. So maintaining this performance will lead also to significant improvements in the education outcomes. Okay, now next, simple things we can do to help protect the earth. So the first one, we reduce, we reuse, and we recycle, and of course we recover. So we cut down on what you throw away. So the next one, the volunteer for cleanups in your community, and we need to be educated for this volunteerism. And the third one, we conserve water. And the fourth one, we choose sustainability. And the fifth one, we shop wisely. And sixth one, use long-lasting light bulbs. And of course, the last one, we have to plant a tree. So for now, here in our place, specifically in the University of St. Anthony, our campaign and promotion for planting a tree, we have here a program, the Kahoy Mo, Diploma Mo, wherein the students will be planting a tree and they will be receiving their diplomas, the certificate of completion. Before graduation, they need to plant a tree. Every graduate should plant a tree in order for them to receive a diploma. And so I proceed with the next. We have my last slide, protecting our planet Earth that is with us or with you. So we protect our Mother Earth, our planet Earth, in order for us to have the green economy and a global sustainable one. So I say, thank you very much, Terima kasih. And again, thank you for inviting me for this day's event. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
You're most welcome, Dr. Jane. Thank you, ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
for
Yes,
the
ma'am.
wonderful presentation and about green economy. We saw the green countries in the world. So feeling like, yeah, I can feel a deep breath because lots of oxygen, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Also,
So
Malaysia
again,
also
ma'am
went to
Inda,
the green
congratulations to your country also.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
that you are most famous right now regarding the green economy.
Thank you very much. Also, Malaysia also.
Yes,
belongs
Malaysia
to
also.
the
Thank you, thank you.
Congratulations also for you, for ma'am and sir, for the Malaysian citizens. Thank you for the wonderful presentation, and I do believe that questions as listed in the chat box. Yeah, let me say. Okay. I will read. Yeah, a message is sent to me directly, mom. So I'm sorry. Please let me read this question to you. Yeah. This related to the e-cars and also e-bike. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
In Indonesia, the e-cars and also e-bikes is still growing.
Yes, ma'am.
Still growing. So it will deals with the electrical issues because
Yes, ma'am.
it will reduce the bio energy, but in some of the electrical problem, do you have any solution to this? Sorry. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Regarding, ma'am, the electronic buses we have here in the Philippines right now, the government keeps on campaigning these electronic buses, but then they are using the solar system, not specifically referring to the electricity we are using, the term, the energies we are using. So the power we are using in these e-cars or e-buses referring to the solar system, wherein they charge batteries using these solar panels. So we reduce the carbon dioxide. So they keep on campaigning right now here in the Philippines. So
Yeah,
that's all my
that's
answer,
great.
ma'am.
Yeah, that's really great. The use of solar energy,
Solar
use solar
panels.
panels.
Yes, solar energy. Because in
Energy.
our place, ma'am, it's very, very hot right now.
So what about the price,
Very,
ma'am?
very hot.
Is it expensive?
Yes, ma'am, of course. The solar panels here are expensive. It is in demand. And specifically in big business establishment, it commands a higher price right now. And only those people that, or those are elite, can afford, or the middle people, meaning the middle income earners, can afford with this one. But if you are belong to the below income earners, you cannot purchase immediately the solar one, the solar panels. Sorry.
Okay. Yes, still expensive.
It's still expensive, but our government do something with it in order to give us a suggested retail price, or a retail price for this, so that everybody will be happy to buy the solar panels.
Yes, and Indonesia
Doing
is still
something.
developing the electronic cars, still using
Yes, ma'am.
electric source.
Electricity. Yes.
Yeah, hopefully
We have also
some
like that, ma'am, here in the
Uh-huh.
Philippines. We have also use of electricity. We charge, but then the electricity here, the energies we are paying is also high here in the Philippines. So that's why we convert it into the solar. Instead of much expensive using the electric power rather than the solar. So the solar is still cheaper than the electricity. That's here in the Philippines.
Yes, that's maybe the one of the solution. Maybe few years later, the price
Yes, ma'am.
can be cheaper.
Hopefully, ma'am, the price can be cheaper.
Dr. Benigay, you have
Yes, ma'am.
one question from Dr. Hasni Zawati from Malaysia. Let me
Yes,
read
ma'am.
this for you. Dr. Benige, I'm attracted to your ideas on applying all e-cars and e-bikes to reduce emissions. In your opinion, and we, all the Southeast Asia countries, really ready for it, especially when it comes to the costing factor.
Come again, ma'am. I cannot hear you. Sorry. I have low signal.
Okay.
Yes. Come again, ma'am.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Kindly
This is the
repeat,
question
ma'am.
from Dr. Hasmiza from Malaysia.
Yes.
Dr. Benige, I'm attracted to your ideas on applying all e-cars and e-bikes to reduce emission. In your
Yes,
opinion,
ma'am.
and we as the Southeast Asian countries, are we really ready for it, especially when it comes to the costing factor? This is the question from Dr. Hasmizawati.
Hello, Ma'am Inda. Hello. Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes.
Can you still hear me? Oh, okay,
Yes,
ma'am.
sure.
For me, ma'am, for me, regarding the use of electronic bikes and cars, for right now, regarding the readiness of a specific country, this is now the government decision wherein if the government has more income, they can forego with it, and under the Department of Energy and Technologies, so that we can produce minimal cost in the production of these e-cars. So if the government will forego with it, because we need to have a sustainable green economy, we need to forego it with it, and the government should support us. But for me, the readiness within Asian countries, it depends now on the income of one country. If your country is abundant with so-called income, so globally, we can be ready for it. But for now, for the side of the Philippine side, that's why little by little our government just last week is promoting this use of the e-cars. They purchase a limited number of e-cars, but this is the start now. So again, if one country, Asian country, is in poverty, you cannot forgo with it, because it needs investment also. It needs capital. But if this is minimal cost, there is a great possibility that we forgo with it. So it depends now on the income of the economy, of your own country's economy. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Dr. Jane Benike, for the answer. So it depends on the
It depends, yes, ma'am. The readiness
for each country.
readiness.
Dr.
It depends
Hasmiza,
on
is it
income.
answering your questions?
Yes, Dr. Puspa.
Okay, thank you for the question.
Thank
Dr.
you, ma'am.
Hasmiza.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. We still have a few minutes for one more question. Please, from the student maybe, from UMP or from UNHAS or from UITM. Okay. Ma'am, do you still open
Yes,
discussion after this? Maybe some participants will text you.
Okay, ma'am. They can send
Okay.
email to me.
Okay, thank
Okay,
you
I'll be
very much.
posting in the chat box my email address, so that in case some of your students ask me regarding different issues, I can assist them. I'm willing to help them and assist them. I'll be posting my email address in the chat box, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very
Ma'am
much.
Inda.
This is because the time is limited. I'm sorry, really sorry for this one, Dr. Jane Benigay. Thank you for the wonderful presentation. Please give round of
Yes,
applause,
ma'am.
participants, to her wonderful presentation.
Thank you, ma'am.
Really
Thank you very
insightful.
much. Thank you very
And-
much, ma'am. Thank you.
Most welcome, ma'am. And all the participants, please stay here. And the registration link or the presence link will be sent to you at the end of session 2. So stay with us. After this, we will have break time for about 15 minutes. And for the
Yes,
host,
ma'am.
please, we have performance from the students. Pak Murhadi, your time, please. Please enjoy this the students' performance. Dolala dance.
Saya mau ngati memuji Allah, salat sembahyang membawa kosong. Ini meminta tolong supaya dapat aku jaluk, tolong aku jaluk, tolong. Saya rela sudah sampai, duduk diam di kamar miring, jangan duduk ambaduan, sudah sampai saya kau penting.
Yes, this is the performance from students from UMB. Dolala dance. The name is Dolala dance. This is the traditional dance from Purworejo Regency. Usually the dancers more than two, yeah, usually more than 10 dancers. But in the special occasion, the dancers from UMB are two students, yeah. And Dolala dance is an acculturation dance of Japanese and Western or European. At Dutch colonial period, the Dutch soldiers often danced by using his military uniform and accompanied with songs that contain satire in its rhythm. So you can see from the uniform wear by the dancers, just like the Dutch colonial military uniform. And this is the relic in the Dutch colonial era. The meaning of Dolala dance, the ideal one is it represents the ideal symbol and representation of religious symbols of courage, intercultural of religionalism, and strengthening nationalism. This is the ideal meaning of the Dolala dance. I'm proud to present the Dolala dance. Well, ladies and gentlemen, now we come to the second session with the three wonderful presenters. Let me invite for Dr. Jackie Wibawanti, Magister Engineering from Universitas Muhammadiyah Purworejo. But first, let me read her bio, short bio. Dr. Jackie Wibawanti, Magister Engineering. She is the senior lecturer of agriculture. Yes, agriculture. And she pursued her doctorate degree at Universitas Diponegoro, Yogyakarta, with a short time study, only 3 years. And also she has many research and also article publications, both in the national and also international reputed journals. And lastly, she got the funding from the Kementerian, ya, dari Kemendikbudristek itu ya Bu ya.
Yes.
Yes. Untuk pengabdian nasional, ya. So her achievement is what is it? The latest one, and almost each year, hampir setiap tahun ya Bu, bisa memenangkan hibah nasional. She is really wonderful and also inspiring lecturer and also researcher at UMB. Well, without further ado, please welcome Dr. Jackie. You will have about 20 minutes for present. Yes, please welcome Dr. Jackie.
Okay. Okay,
Thank you very much for the opportunity given to me. Good morning, everybody. Well, let me introduce myself. My name is Jackie Wibawanti. I'm from Universitas Muhammadiyah Purworejo. So Purworejo is the town in Central Java, Indonesia. In this great occasion, I would like to share of my presentation entitled Functional Food for Sustainability Agriculture. I will provide more specific information regarding the contribution of functional food to agriculture for sustainable of green economy. In this presentation, I will explain several topics as follows. First, the importance of functional food. Next, I will talk about functional food bioactive compound. After that, I will talk about functional food bioactive compound. And finally, I will emphasize the meal base of functional food. Next slide. Further, what's this functional nutrition anyway? When we'll talk a lot of the trend today, people are getting a lot of more educated and know about the benefit of functional food. This way, functional nutrition has become one of the main directions of healthy lifestyle and sustainable food production due to its promising and positive influence on health and its association with the use of the raw material of natural origins. Next slide. What the functional food? I believe everyone knows about it, but let me now tell you about functional food. Functional food are industrially processed or unprocessed natural food that have beneficial health effect beyond the basic nutrition value when cured regularly. Consumers today are increasingly looking for products that are safe, natural, have generally recognized as safe grass status, and are produced, use sustainable and are ecological sound intelligence. For the reason, functional food is increasingly popular from the second and the scientific space, so that industry continuously investing the knowledge of sector that can offer produce and with additional benefit for customer health. Next slide. Next. Okay, the functional food to explore functional active compound is more detailed. First, we have polyphenol. Polyphenol are this first group of compound from the various plant-based foods include fruit, vegetable, wood grains, and herbs. They can further classified into subgroups such as flavonoid, polyphenol acid, coumarin, antioxidant, tannin, and cystibel. Other compounds bioactive, we have saponin, carotenoid, omega-3 fatty acid, and polysaturated fatty acid and terpenoid. Understanding various function of functional food, a bioactive compound allow us to make informed choice when selecting our meals by incorporation food rich in the compound into our diet. We can potentially harness their beneficial effect and promote better health outcomes. Further, related to biological properties of functional food, bioactive compound, which have functional including antioxidant, antimicrobial, anti-cancer, anti-diabetic, and etc. Next slide. In addition to the previous mentioned functional food also serve as antiviral agents. In fermented foods, there are probiotics, where these probiotics enhance good bacteria and good lung axis-related respiratory fitness. Herbals and root-based antiviral prevent virus replication, enhance anti-influenza virus, IgG and IgA antibodies production, and T-cell function. And then antivirus from dairy product prevent vitamin replication. Vitamin D lower viral replication, reduce infection rate and lung pneumonia. And also fruit and vegetables provide vitamins and minerals that function as antioxidant and immune protection. And also coffee can function to reduce virus yield. And about nuts and seeds play a role in providing immune protective compound for high-risk groups. And the last, olive oil has helped prevent respiratory syncytial virus. Next slide. Okay, in this slide, we can see the outline of functional food characteristic. It has good nutrition content. It has good organoleptic properties. It has specific or certain health function. And then having psychological effect, such as helpful substance, regulate body function, and then in of the form of food or not flour as tablet. The last, it can be consumed every day, not as food supplement. Next slide. Functional food can be categorized into four main groups as conventional food, modified group, medical food, and food for special diet. An example, conventional food, here are some whole foods that fall into these categories, such as garlic, nuts, tomatoes, and milk. Here and our first example are modified food with each category. Fortified enhanced food and enhanced food such as yogurt with bioactive component. It's important to note that the classification of food functional may vary and new products are continually being developed to meet specific health needs. Incorporation of variety of functional food into balanced diet can provide numerous health benefits and support overall well-being. Next slide. Functional food refer to food products that offer additional health benefit beyond basic nutrition. These foods are often modified or processed to enhance their functional properties and provide specific health benefit. Milk and its derivatives can serve as source of functional food due to their natural composition and to their potential for further processing, such as milk and product has been associated with health beneficial for many years contain such as bioactive bacteria, probiotic bacteria as antioxidant, high absorbent calcium, vitamin, specific protein, and continued conjugated linoleic acid, and also oligosaccharide and organic acid. And the last, other biological active component. Next slide. In addition to cow milk. Another well-known type of milk is cod milk. In Indonesia, particularly in Project City, Project is our city, there are famous local breed of cod. The name cod is Peranakan Kaligesing. Kaligesing cods are the good milk production quality. Cod milk has components that functional and functional food include antioxidant, calcium, high vitamin, and minerals. Next slide. To enhance the functional value milk is can process into fermented milk. Other health benefits of fermented milk include prevention of gastrointestinal infections, reduction of serum cholesterol level, and anti-mutagenic activity. The fermented products are recommended for consumption by lactose intolerant individuals and patients suffer from atherosclerosis. And the fermentation process of milk requires the influence of lactic acid bacteria. Lactic acid bacteria play a major role in determining the positive health effect of fermented milk product. The lactic acid, Lactobacillus acidophilus and bifidobacterium are known for their use in probiotic dairy food. Culture products sold with any claim of health benefits sold meet the criteria of suggest minimum number more than 10 power 6 CVU per gram at the time of consumption. Next. The next slide. The next slide. One of popular fermented product is highly favored by consumer is yogurt. Please next slide. Mbak Indah, please next slide. Yogurt, yeah. Yogurt is refined as probiotic carrier food. Several food powder like yogurt powder and curd powder, are manufactured taking into consideration the number of organic serving in the product after dyeing. That's my presentation. Thank you for your attention, and I hope this presentation will provide your value insight into the words of functional food.
Thank you, Dr. Jackie, for the wonderful and also inspiring presentation. And the product or the product of milk, goat milk, in the form of yogurt. One of the product of milk is in the form of yogurt. It's the daily routine consumed milk, in the form of yogurt. It's a really healthy food, or healthy drink.
Yes,
Thank you anyway. And now we invite the questions from the participants. Well, we have one question from Rizky Adi Kurniawan, Ibu.
Okay.
The question is, I'm going to ask a question to Miss Jackie. What other fermented product have market value for functional food? Yes, this is the question. Do you like to give the direct answer?
Yes,
Doctor?
Yes, Dr. Puspa. Thank you for your question. Here have several type fermented food besides yogurt that market value, like kombucha. You know kombucha? Kombucha is fermented tea beverage made by fermenting sweet tea with a symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. It's known for in tangy flavor and effervescence. Another product have kefir. Kefir is like yogurt, but this kefir fermented milk drink by made fermented milk with kefir grains with a compost of bacteria and yeast. In kefir, double bacteria and yeast. In yogurt, just bacteria. Another product has tempe. Tempe also fermented soybean product origin from Indonesia. Yeah, it's made by fermenting soybean with a specific type of fungus called Rhizopus oligopus. Tempe has a firm texture and nutty flavor. Another product, kimchi. Kimchi is a traditional Korean fermented vegetable dish. Yeah, primarily made from cabbage. Yeah, and the last have miso. Yeah, miso is traditional Japanese fermented soybean paste. Yeah, it is made from fermented soybean with a culture called goji. That's a fermented product.
Yeah, so there are many fermented products, not only yogurt, right? And all of them are healthy food, including
right.
kimchi and also tempe.
Yeah, tempe
like
is
tempe very much. It is really good. And maybe in Malaysia or in Philippines, do you have tempe in Philippines? Dr. Benny Gay?
Yes, ma'am. What is it, ma'am? Come again.
Tempe is food from the fermented soybean.
Soybean.
Yes.
Okay, we have over here, I know we have over here in the Philippines, tokwa, the soybean. And this is nutritious foods. And a lot of low-income earners is selling this one to schools. This is, the soybean is includes the sweet one, the caramel, the flavored caramel. And this is good for the health, for specifically for those children below I think 1 year old and above, not below 1 year old and above, they can consume it, the soybean. This is, I know this is good for the health, not only to children but also to us.
Yes, for adults.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
nutritious
yes.
and also
Instead of, ma'am, instead here of eating the pork, we usually eat the substitute, the alternative, the soybean, because this is good for the health.
Yes. Okay. Yes, soybean
Thank you,
is a
ma'am.
healthy and also it's not expensive. I think in Indonesia it is not expensive but healthy food, nutritious food. Thank you, Ma'am Jane. Also, Ma'am Jackie. And
Thank
you still
you.
have some more questions. This is from Ahmad Alifuddin. How can food processing technology can be used to increase the content of probiotics and prebiotics in food? This is the second question.
Okay. I want to explain prebiotic and probiotic is different. Probiotic, that's food contain beneficial live bacteria, live bacteria that promote healthy good microbiota. For example, Lactobacillus bifidobacterium. Yeah, but prebiotic is non-digestible fiber that survives food for probiotic. I mean food for bacteria to simulating their growth and activity food. Yeah, food rich prebiotic include onion, garlic, banana, or inulin. The food in rich of prebiotic. So it's different. Prebiotic is mean like bacteria, and prebiotic is non-digestible fiber that serves as food for probiotic.
Thank you for the explanation. I hope this answer your question, Mas Rizky. Mas Rifki, ya. Hopefully, is it answering your question, Mas? Okay. Sudah cukup menjawab pertanyaannya Mas Rifki ya? Okay, yes. Oh yeah, from Dr. Hasniza, yes. Also Malaysia, ada tempe juga ya, Dr. Hasniza. Yes, this is really good and I love it. Almost every day I fry tempe for the breakfast. Yeah, my children also, the whole family love tempe very much. Okay, next. One more question. Is it okay? One more question, Dr. Jackie?
It's okay, okay.
Yeah. Actually, this is the last but not least. Yeah, more questions actually, but due to the limited time, we only have one more question from Wahyu Dwi Yunanto. Please explain the advantages of goat milk compared to cow milk. Are they different? Goat milk and also cow milk. Yes, please, Dr. Jackie.
Okay, thank you very much for your question, Mas Wahyu. The advantage of cod milk compared to cow milk include digestibility. Cod milk has similar fat globulars and different protein structure compared to milk cow. Yeah, people more so the cod milk, making it easily to digestible. Yeah, people who are lactose intolerant or have difficulty digesting cow milk may find cod milk more tolerable. The first and the second, cod milk is now have to lower allergenic potential than cow milk. So some individual who are allergy to cow milk may be able to tolerate cod milk better. And then fat composition. Cod milk contains a high proportion of medium chain fatty acid, which are easily absorbed and utilized by the body. And then cod milk is also a good source nutrition such as vitamin, mineral, calcium, phosphorus, and magnesium. And then some individuals also find and taste a cod milk more pleasant and mild compared to the stronger flavor of cow milk. Yeah, I think it's important to note the individual presence and dietary needs may vary, and it's advisable to consult with healthcare professional or registered dietitian to determine the best meal choice for your specific circumstance. That's my answer, Ms. Dr. Puspa.
Yes, really informative answer. So start from now, we know the difference between cow milk and goat milk. I myself, I prefer cow milk than goat milk. However, maybe the ingredients is more nutritious in goat milk, right?
Yeah.
In my limited knowledge, yeah, and also the taste is I prefer the taste from cow milk than goat milk.
Yeah, because the cow milk have unique flavor.
Flavor, yes. Maybe the other participants, which one do you prefer? So from now, maybe you want to try goat milk, but it's much more nutritious. Well, Dr. Jackie, yeah, some questions still addressing to you. However, we have limited time. So if you don't mind, if the participant texts to you their questions after days, if you don't mind, Ibu, because we're really sorry because of the limited time. Thank you very much for the wonderful presentation, Dr. Jackie. Please give round of applause to this our presenters this morning. Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, now we have the next speaker, the next wonderful speaker, Mr. Roque B. Cruz II MBA from Camarines Sur Polytechnic Colleges of Philippines. Good morning, his Bachelor of Science and Business Administration major in Financial Management at the University of East Manila, earned his Master of Business Administration or MBA at San Beda University, Manila, and he has 10 years of corporate experience at Thomson Reuters, Manila, also a member of Entrepreneurship Educators Association of the Philippines and the Finance Educators Association Philippines. At present, he is a faculty member of the College of Tourism, Hospitality, and Business Management and the program chairperson of the Bachelor of Science in Business Administration major in Financial Management at Camarines Sur Polytechnic, Nabua, Camarines Sur Philippines. Okay. Yes, sir. Please feel free to present. You have 20 minutes.
Okay, terima kasih, ma'am. Thank you. Okay, so magandang umaga to my fellow Filipinos. Salamat pagi to all the Indonesian and Malaysian here in the room. And good morning to each and every one of you. Allow me to share my presentation deck. Okay. So once again, my name is Roque B. Cruz II from the Philippines, and today we'll be talking about green economy and sustainable development. Let me start my talk with this video. Let us all watch this.
Some call me nature. Others call me Mother Nature. I've been here for over 4.5 billion years. 22,500 times longer than you. I don't really need people, but people need me. Yes, your future depends on me. When I thrive, you thrive. When I falter, you falter. Or worse. But I've been here for eons. I have fed species greater than you, and I have starved species greater than you. My oceans, my soil, my flowing streams, my forests, they all can take you or leave you. How you choose to live each day, whether you regard or disregard me, doesn't really matter to me. One way or the other. Your actions will determine your fate, not mine. I am nature. I will go on. I am prepared to evolve. Are you?
Tabrakan karo wong gane.
Indeed, nature doesn't need people. They need nature. People need nature. Now look around you. Have you appreciated what Mother Nature has for us? And the question now is, are you proud of what we are doing to her? Let us define first green economy. According to the United Nations Environment Program, a green economy is defined as low carbon, resource efficient, and socially inclusive. Growth in employment and income in a green economy is driven by the public and private investment in economic activities, infrastructure, and assets that allow for low carbon emissions and pollution, increased energy and resource efficiency, and the preservation of biodiversity and ecosystem. So what does it really mean? A green economy places a high priority on protecting both human health and the health of the earth. viewing these things as interconnected. It means renewable energy such as solar and wind power, not fossil energy sources, including oil, coal, and natural gases. Instead of petroleum and diesel engines, it promotes better public transportation and electric mobiles. Homes that use less energy or energy efficient homes, not unventilated ones. A culture that does not promote single-use disposal items and instead values environmental protection and economic viability. It would require a significant investment in alternative forms of housing and transportation, as well as implementation of education and training programs designed to prepare individuals for new employment opportunities in each of these fields. Let us now take a look at the green economy landscape in the Philippines. In the Philippines, the government has demonstrated a strong commitment to green economy initiatives. Two key examples of these commitments are the Renewable Energy Act and the National Greening Program. The Philippines enacted the Renewable Energy Act of 2008 or the Republic Act number 9513 to promote the development and utilization of renewable energy sources. This legislation incentives and support for renewable energy projects such as wind, solar, hydro, and geothermal power. The act aims to reduce reliance on fossil fuels, mitigate climate change, and foster sustainable energy practices. The National Greening Program is a government-led initiative focused on reforestation and sustainable land management. It aims to rehabilitate degraded forests, protect biodiversity, and promote sustainable livelihoods for communities. The program encourages the participation of local communities, private organizations, and government agencies in tree planting and forest conservation. Organic agriculture, as defined in Philippine Organic Agriculture Act of 2010 or the Republic Act 10068, includes all agricultural systems that promote the ecologically sound, socially acceptable, economically viable, and technically feasible production of food and fibers. It dramatically reduces external inputs by refraining from the use of chemical fertilizers, pesticides, and pharmaceuticals. Agroforestry in the Philippines has been crucial in reversing the harmful effects of deforestation and forest degradation, generating sustainable economic and environmental benefits for upland and coastal communities and indigenous peoples group. Community-based initiatives foster collaboration among farmers, enabling knowledge sharing, resource pooling, and sustainable practice adoption. These initiatives promote resilient farming systems, empower local communities, and ensure food security. The Soil Conservation Guided Farm in Mount Balagbag is a good example of community-based efforts of upland farmers whose initiatives are now being fully recognized by concerned national agencies as reliable partners to protect our upland resources. The Philippines has embraced sustainable tourism initiatives, emphasizing ecotourism destinations and responsible travel practices. Ecotourism destinations showcase the country's natural beauty while prioritizing conservation. Protected areas such as Tubataha Reefs, the underground river of Palawan, offer sustainable experiences that raise awareness and support local communities. Responsible travel practices encourage visitors to minimize their environmental impact and respect local cultures. From eco-friendly accommodations to waste management programs, efforts are made to promote sustainable tourism practices throughout the Philippines. By embracing the ecotourism destination and promoting responsible travel practices, the Philippines aims to preserve its rich biodiversity, protect fragile ecosystems, and empower local communities, ensuring that future generations can continue to enjoy its natural wonders. Now, let us now take a look at how Southeast Asia is moving towards green economy. Southeast Asia has a critical role to play in global climate as regional leaders seek to balance competing tensions of economic growth, rising primary energy demand, a just transition, and climate action at scale. While regional attention and commitments are on the rise, greater action is necessary to ensure the region achieves its goals of reducing emissions by approximately 33% by 2030. That is according to Bain and Company. Let's now go to the ASEAN SDG. It serves as a regional framework for sustainable development, encompassing a wide range of goals, including environmental conservation, clean energy, and sustainable consumption. Through collective action, the ASEAN member states are working together to achieve these goals and promote the green economy in the region. Singapore takes the lead in green building in Asia by encouraging the adoption of innovative architectural design and energy-saving technologies. Singapore has emerged as a model of green building in Asia, an important development in the region that is urbanizing more rapidly than any country in the world. Singapore has developed a technique for recycling water waste, branded as New Water. This water is drinkable and is distributed to the city's drinking water reservoirs, but most of it is utilized in industry. Let's now move to Thailand. Thailand Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives, together with the private food and hospitality enterprises, such as Lemon Farm, have teamed with the Asian Development Bank, or ADB, and the Thai Organic Agriculture Foundation to develop a peer-to-peer system for farmers to test and certify each other's produce. And let's now move to Indonesia. Indonesia's forests are home to 10 to 15% of the world's known plants, mammals, and birds, as well as vast carbon stocks. As such, any degradation or deforestation of these ecosystems will have important local, national, and international implications. With this in mind, the Indonesian government has taken critical steps to protect as much as possible of its precious forest estate, including enhancing its nationally determined contribution targets for the Paris Agreement on Climate Change and developing a new strategy for reaching its 2030 forest and other land use net sink target for carbon sequestration. What's happening in the global stage? So we will now be discussing the green economy on the global stage. Global initiatives are playing a pivotal role in promoting the green economy and advancing sustainability worldwide. Key examples include the Paris Agreement, the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs, and the International Renewable Energy Projects. The Paris Agreement is a landmark international treaty aiming to combat climate change and limit global warming to well below 2 degrees Celsius. It encourages countries to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, adapt to the impact of climate change, and provide financial and technological support to developing nations. The agreement promotes the transition to a lower carbon economy and the adoption of renewable energy resources or sources. The green economy is also closely aligned with the several United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, that aims to address global challenges while promoting sustainability. These connections highlight how green economy aligns with the broader goals of sustainable development, offering pathways for economic growth while addressing pressing environmental social challenges. The international renewable energy projects are fostering the growth of renewable energy sources worldwide. For instance, initiatives like the International Solar Alliance and the Global Wind Energy Council promote the adoption of solar and wind energy, respectively. These projects encourage investments, research, and collaboration to accelerate the development of renewable energy technologies and transition away from fossil fuels. International organizations such as the United Nations, World Bank, and the International Monetary Fund, or IMF, provide frameworks, guidelines, and financial support for sustainable development initiatives. They facilitate global cooperation, knowledge capacity building, enabling countries to implement sustainable practices and policies effectively. The government have a central role in shaping policies and regulations that promote the green economy. They establish targets and incentives for renewable energy adoption, invest in sustainable infrastructure, and enact the laws to protect the environment. Governments can also create favorable business environments through tax incentives, subsidies, and regulatory frameworks that encourage sustainable practices. And business has a role also. Okay, businesses have a significant impact on the green economy through their operations, products, and services. Many businesses are adapting to sustainable practices such as reducing greenhouse gas emissions, implementing circular economy models, and sourcing renewable energy. They also play a vital role in innovation, developing and deploying green technologies and creating green jobs. By working together, international organizations, governments, and businesses can leverage their respective strengths and sources to drive green economy agenda forward. This is the bicycle statistics and facts in Denmark. Did you know that bike can contribute to achieving 11 of the UN 17 Sustainable Development Goals? Also, for every kilometer traveled by bicycle, society gains, or the Denmark as a country gains approximately 0.8 euro in socio-economic benefits. Also, cycling in the capital region means annual savings of approximately 1 billion euros and 1 million fewer sick days for their citizens. So why Norway is full of Tesla? Through the process of social and economic incentives designed to make electric vehicles more affordable and more desirable, while simultaneously disincentivizing the internal combustion engine powered vehicles, Norway provides incentives such as free tolls, free parking, and tax exemptions to promote zero emission vehicles. Let us now conclude my presentation. Green economy is based on the combination of low carbon, resource efficiency, and social inclusivity. Thus, in a broader interpretation, this can approximate the notion of sustainable development. That is according to the United Nations Research Institute for Social Development. It is crucial to understand the importance of the green economy for global sustainability. By transitioning to a greener economic model, we can mitigate climate change, protect biodiversity, ensure resource efficiency, and improve the well-being of communities worldwide. The green economy offers opportunities for economic growth, job creation, and a resilient future for our generations to come. I always believe that turtle step is better than idle. I hope that after this, we will all be champions for green economy. Take action and lessen your carbon footprint. Salamat po, terima kasih, and thank you very much to everyone. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much, sir, for the presentation. Turtle step is better than ideal. This very interesting quotes for the closing. Yes, also the opening video is opening our eyes, opening people's eyes, the importance of keeping our earth healthy, because it is in line with what the previous speaker, Dr. Jane, if I'm not mistaken, that we earth doesn't belong to us, but we belong to earth. Yeah. Thank you.
Exactly.
That's very nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Please, questions from participants.
Exactly. Thank you, ma'am.
Most welcome, ma'am. This very beautiful, beautiful quotes of the day. Yes. Question? Apakah ada? Yes, we're waiting for the question, Mr. Okay. Yes, Tesla is now growing, right?
Yeah.
Growing. Yeah, Indonesia also start to, what is it? Use Tesla, but the number is still so small. What about in Philippines?
Yeah. In the Philippines, I saw some in our national capital region. There are few because Tesla is for the higher bracket of the society. I guess what we can do here is to make the EVs more accessible to everyone. So I guess disruptive innovation is a key solution to
Yeah.
make the EVs accessible for everyone.
Yes, because the price is
Yeah.
expensive only in the high level society who can afford it, right? In line with what Ma'am Benegay said previously, right, ma'am? And using a solar panel is one of the solution, right? Accessible for all the society. Maybe 5 to 10 years later, more and more society will can afford or can use e-cars or Tesla, yeah. But Tesla is still using electrical energy, right? Electrical energy. Meanwhile, for the solar energy, this is the really the open source. Anyone can access it. However, the tools or the equipments to get the power, the solar power, is still limited, and it is still like for the upper level society, which is what is it? Still expensive, right? Expensive for the common, right? Okay, there one question. Oh, no questions to Mr. Roque. The talk is so enlightening. Yes, I do agree. We do agree. This talk has given us the chance to see and appreciate the various efforts of countries to protect our Mother Earth. It also motivates us to take active participation in conserving our environment. Thank you, sir. And also thank you, Miss Christine.
Thank you.
Yes, really, yes, we do agree that nowadays, start from now, actually it is not late, but many people still don't realize that we have to be thankful to our the Mother Earth, because we again, I love the what is it quotes from Mom Jane, that Earth doesn't belong to us but belong to Earth. It's really deep in the meaning, right? Yes. Thank you, and I think the question is still, yeah, you got laughs, yeah. Many laughs from the participants. Yeah.
Thank you. I just
Thank
want to
you.
add, doctor, thank you. Yeah, I just wanted to add that the first thing that we should do as global citizens is to be aware. Awareness is the number one thing that we should do. It's free. Yeah, the resources is on the internet. We can check it out with a tip of our finger by being aware of what's happening in the world and what solution may you contribute to the world. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Rocky, and also, Ma'am, Dr. Maria Jai Idian. Yeah, it's really nice to see you, Ma'am. I recognize that you are with us from the early morning, right, Ma'am? I'm sorry. Hopefully you are doing well there in CSPCs, ya. Lama tidak bertemu, Ma'am. Okay. I think, yeah, no more questions to Mr. Rocky.
Amanda.
Yes.
Ma'am Enda, another information in additional to Sir Roque, my neighboring school here in Kamsur. In addition to that, not only Sir Roque the awareness, but also the people that must be educated and be disciplined and doing even in the smallest things within our environment. So we need to discipline ourselves, and then afterwards, we need to collaborate with the communities and the government. Not we should proceed or turn over these problems of environment to the government, but as one of the individual within this Mother Earth or a person, we need to be educated and disciplined and collaborative to each and everyone. That's all, ma'am.
Yes, I do. I do agree with you, ma'am. Yeah, not only turning over the problem to the government, but yes, coming back to the
Yes,
individual.
ma'am.
Okay.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Rocky, actually, there is one. What is it? From Sir Farizal. Nur Farizal. Okay. Faisal here from UITM Pahang. I appreciate your discussion on the green economy and the SDGs. What do you think the SDGs can do to address the modern day challenges in education? Actually, this is the question to Mr. Rocky.
Hello. Thank you very much for that question. I believe the SDG in general is not yet introduced to the educational system. It may be seen in the television, but it doesn't. It wasn't yet integrated in our curriculum. So I guess in the modern day challenges in education, awareness is the number one solution. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rocky. And hopefully this is answering your question, Sir Nur Rafizal. Yes, thank you. Yes. Well, we still we're still waiting for your great ideas and your knowledge, your sharing. However, our time is so limited. So this already almost 12, yeah, 11:16 in Indonesian time, in Jakarta time. But we already almost the last, but one more prestigious and also interesting presentation will be from Ms. Rizky Utami SE, Account Finance from Universitas Hasanuddin Makassar. Good morning, Ms. Rizky.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah. Are you ready with presentation?
Sure.
Okay, yes, please enjoy your time.
All right. Maybe the committee will share the screen. Thank you. All right. While waiting for the screen, I would like to say thank you very much because the committee has already conducted the great sharing session, especially for talking about this issue, green economy. I think not only Indonesia that has been affected negatively with the climate change, but also the whole world has already experienced them. So from the first speakers until just now, Ms. Isna, Muhammad Iqbal, Muhammad Noor, Dr. Jane, Dr. Jeki, Mr. Rock from CSPC, you have already shared your thinking and your thoughts, and also about your experience and research about the green economics. So basically, after the committee has already contacted me, because 2 days ago, she contacted me that to share about my research, the blue carbon sequestration, at least emission seabed estate in Indonesia. I said yes, although that is still ongoing, and will be disseminated by this month as well. The end of this month, hopefully it will finish. And then I will share a little bit about the reason why my team and I and also the team want to do the research for the blue carbon itself, especially want to assess the seaweed level of sequestration for the carbon sequestration level. Well, next. All right, before coming to the main session for the research, I want to share about the greenhouse gas emission trends 2016 to 2019, because in Indonesia it has already increased significantly. That's why I think it becomes as the critical issue, and we need to take actions together. So let's see again to the next slide. All right, this is Indonesia NDC infographic briefly. So because Indonesia is vulnerable to climate risk, the biodiverse nation equip itself with a climate change adaptation commitment to achieve a society and ecosystem that is resilient to the risks and impacts of climate change by 2030. And this commitment was reinforced in the updated NDC, where adaptation ambitions were enhanced through the programs, strategies, and actions aiming to achieve not only for economy, also concerned with the social and livelihood and ecosystem and landscape resilience, with strengthening the mitigation and adaptation commitments by the data that has been shared here. Updated NDC reflects Indonesia's adoption of the recently established Paris Agreement rulebook into the national context to ensure effectiveness and efficiency in implementing the agreement. So this approach additionally communicates the progress and achievements in line with the national development and long-term visions. And these are reflected in the recently adopted long-term strategy on low carbon and climate resilient development by 2050. So we focus on how to reduce the carbon emissions. And then by this idea and also our goals together, so I think we need to make more research and also programs talking about the green economies and also the blue economy, because now Indonesia has also massively talking about blue economy. Well, next slide, please. All right, so these are also the various low carbon development policies to support net zero emissions. I get this from Bapenas. So from energy sector, we can decrease energy intensity, new renewable energy, transition to electric vehicles that has been shared by the previous speakers as well. And then also from the waste management. So we talk about the circular economy as well, production, waste production and management, decrease in liquid waste production. And about the land, we also focus on forest reforestation, peat restoration, and mangrove rehabilitation, deforestation prevention of land and peat fires. But again, because nowadays we have already known that mangrove is one of the agent to reduce the carbon. Then we want to assess again the other creatures. Then how about, for example, the seagrass and seaweed in Indonesia? Are they also can assist mangrove and other kind of like steps to reduce the carbon emissions? So this is actually what we will discuss at the next slides. Okay, so after giving you like what actually the various low carbon development policies in Indonesia, now we come into the next slide again. Okay, so the research, actually we are interested in estimating the benefit of the seaweed cultivation, because Indonesia has a massive activities in seaweed cultivation. People get benefit from selling their activities on seaweed, and then they get money from them from the export seaweed, and the benefit is expressed is not only for economy, but we want to see for environmentally. So the benefit here is expressed into terms, but economically and environmentally. Our main focus actually is to incorporate the environmental benefit of seaweed cultivation in analyzing using extended or social cost benefit analysis, because I'm from economy. I can collaborate with the other researchers from who are expert on seaweed, and also from NGO, and also in the team we invite from government as well, in order that we can make a collaborative research not only for publications, for articles sharing, but also policy brief that can help our local government to make decisions. And then we would like to know whether the seaweed is a feasible instrument to serve as a carbon offset instrument. And this research has been funded by CSF, Conservation Strategy Fund, and we have already done for several steps. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, the literature review here. We have already found the articles. The annual seaweed production in China between 2015 2019 has already been success to remove 605,830 tons of carbon. Cross, Jensen, and Duarte 2016 also estimated that macroalgae could sequester approximately 173 also. And then Duarte 2017 estimated that 27.3 million tons of farmed seaweeds in China in 2014 has a total of carbon dioxide captured by 0.68 per year. And then Mushroom he is coming from Indonesia as well. 2019 indicated that the carbon sequestration by seaweed is estimated at 57.64 tons per hectare per year. So from those literatures, we have already obtained like the evidences for the seaweed. It's not only giving us the benefit in economy, for the society, local societies can help or assist their children to go to school because of the seaweed cultivation itself. But how about we know the additional benefit from the environmental aspect? Well, I will show you the design of the SCBA, or the social cost benefit analysis, to calculate this, because it's not only thinking about the financial aspects, but social and environmental aspect as well. So investment on seaweed estate establishment is the objective, because we want to see the seaweed estate that has less emission. So the progress, how they calculate the progress for the cultivation is not using fuel, for example, and then the seaweed also is not using plastics to how to say, like at sea, at the sea. So we can give kind of like suggestions to make the less emission seaweed estate. So not only for calculating the carbon sequester from the seaweed, but also to know about either we can make the project like the less emission seaweed estate itself. And we concerned with the location because Sulawesi, where I live right now, Universitas Hasanuddin also is coming from Makassar, or Sulawesi Island, is the biggest amount has the biggest amount of seaweed. So if you ask about the seaweed production, come to Sulawesi. You can visit many regencies that have this kind of activity. So the society, for example, in Sulawesi, everywhere, if you see the sea, then you can see the seaweed cultivation. Location that we are concerning here is Malari, Awampone, Watampone, and Punaga. Description on seaweed estate concept. We specifically focus on the seaweed cultivation, and then the SCBA, social cost benefit analysis, will not incorporate the extension of the seaweed estate, for example, industrial activities. So we focus with the seaweed estate that has less emissions, so we want to exclude the industrial activities in that area. And then the last thing is the costs and revenues are based on the real observation on the location. However, some assumptions may be still imposed for the sake of analysis. Next, please. Okay. So 3 important elements in our SCBA or social cost benefit analysis, or what we call as extended cost benefit analysis. The first is investment, the second is cost, and the third is benefits itself. So investment on capital fixed assets is required to prepare the cultivation area. And then the cost, we need to calculate like spending on regular materials, including inventories, utilities, the payment for the workers. And then the third is benefits. So we concern with the financial benefits, including income generated from the sale of harvested seaweeds, but also we want to aid environmental benefits here. So it's not only financial aspects, but environmental benefits. Environmental benefit is evaluated using the economic value of carbon that can be sequestered by seaweeds. And from this as well, we can use the benchmark for the carbon price. So like we project for the carbon trading in the future. If, for example, seaweed has success, or in this research, for example, seaweed has significant sequestered the carbon, then we can calculate also how to do the carbon offset, or how to go to the next step again, like carbon trading. But our government has discussed this deeply and intensely right now. Well, next. All right, the investment land preparation. So in this SCBA, it was assumed that there is no investment needed to prepare the cultivation land, still no regular laws governing the price per meter of beach area or sea area. Based on our observation, farmers divide the land based on the initial agreement. Some of the area even have been inherited by grandchild generation of that family. So no certificate of ownership that represents the ownership of each area. This is like kind of like the issue maybe in the future, because people claim their area. The sea is claimed by how to say, like generation for their family. For example, their parents have the area for the houses is nearby that sea, then they will claim that the sea or the activities for the seaweed cultivation is owned by their family. So it will be like, for example, a conflict probably will come up because of this land preparation. Well, next again, social conflicts, right? Okay. what's the next investment? Equipments. So we only concerned about investment on equipments for the procurement. Yeah, these equipment are needed by farmers to arrange seaweed cultivation. For example, boats, machines, carts, dryer, tents, and then these probably will come up again into the next calculation, because we want the boats here, or the ships here, are not using coal only, like but also use biogas to reduce the carbon emission. Next. Yeah, okay. Maybe we can next this because this is like the budget justification in rupiahs. Next, okay. Batch measurement. We defined the cost in batch measure. Based on our observation in the field, farmers made several batch of seaweed cultivation in a year. Although it may vary by different farmers, even by different locations. For example, in Indonesia, we know that in 40 days we can harvest them. Maybe in Philippines or in Malaysia, it has different durations again. The cultivation is arranged once in each 3 months. So however, during November to January, the farmers are not cultivating seaweeds due to the strong waves and the heavy rain season. Cultivation is assumed to be not profitable in these 3 months. And then I want to share about the factual situations currently. In the previous months ago, we have like the issues about the heavy rain. It has never happened before, and then we experience the real climate change impact even in South Sulawesi, and it affects not only for the flood in the big cities, but also in the rural areas, because they can't do their daily activities. They also has negative impact through the cultivation. For example, they can't earn money because the seaweed has already been swept by the waves. Next again. Okay, there will be only 9 months effective for cultivation activities. If the farmers conduct cultivation once in each 3 months, in total there will be 3 batches in a year, and the calculation of cost as well as benefits will be conducted per batch. Okay, maybe we can go to the next. These are like the areas that we propose to be the less emission estate. Next again. And then costs are expenditures associated with operational activities in seaweed cultivation. Some of the expenses are classified as durable goods, and then it gets higher when the frequency of activities increase. So we need to calculate like cost for buying the ropes, cost for buying the fuel, biogas, and then for paying helpers in seeding activities, cost for buying seeds, kind of like any activities for the seaweed cultivation. Next again. The cost for ropes we have already calculated as well, but maybe you can do by your own activities in your area. Next. This is just an example for one area in Sulawesi, South Sulawesi. Seeds also. Next, this is the seeds price. This is the workers. Yeah, how to pay them in Indonesia. And then this is the full information. Okay, next. Okay, the benefits in the SCBA are classified into terms. Environmental benefits are evaluated based on the economic value of carbon that can be sequestered by seaweed cultivated in one batch. And then financial benefits are derived from the money value of seaweed sold after harvest. Okay, next. Okay, so after we conduct the laboratorium examination for this seaweed, we have already like found the changes in weight before and after the harvest situation. Yeah. So based on our observation, the weight of seaweed in each rope, for example, 4.5 kilogram after harvested, the average weight becomes 8 kilogram in wet form and around 2.4 kilogram in dried form. It would, based on the fact that after drying the seaweed, 80% of water contents are removed, and there is a difference of around 3.5 kilogram between the seeds and harvested in wet form, and this difference would be used as a multiplier when calculating the environmental benefit later on. Next. This is the financial benefit. Yeah, it's simple. Like we calculated the price per kilogram seaweeds and the total number of dried seaweeds generated per batch. So we can get the revenue from seaweed sales per batch. Next.
Sorry,
But
Miss, you still have about 3 minutes left.
Oh, okay. So I will share about like the environmental benefits here. We will see the benchmark, right? Because it's still ongoing to calculate the carbon sequestration for the seaweed in Indonesia. Maybe next, I will share about the summary. Next again, please. Okay. Okay, this is like the summary. Yeah, you can go through the end of the slides, please. Okay, so okay, this is in Bahasa in Indonesia, but actually the farming management, we need to give such a scenario, like how about if the boats or the ships just use just use biogas, not fuel, in order that we can reduce the carbon dioxide release, and then also we can help the less emission seaweed as that to grow without increasing the carbon dioxide emissions. And then there are also another scenario. How about if we do the recycle plastics? So we use the recycled plastic, recycled plastic here. We conduct, like for example, the seaweed cultivation without using without buying or higher consumptive in plastics itself. Okay, so I think we can get the clear scenarios after we obtain the data from the laboratory about the sequestration for seaweed. All right, I think that's all for from me. Maybe if you have any questions, then you can ask. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rizky, for the great and also inspiring presentation about seaweed. Yeah. For you who are interested in doing research with the seaweed as the focus, please feel free to contact her. She has many research experience. The latest, we got the data from her research experience development of digital literacy among young people, the case of Perindo for Makassar, and also identification of freight service deficit and shipping industry development evidence from Indonesia, and also blue-based carbon sequestration from carbon offset potential, and many more. Yeah, she has many research experience, and also she is from 2021 until now, working as young researcher as Logov Syllabus. Betul ya, Miss ya, Logov Syllabus. Maaf kalau saya.
Yeah, betul.
Yes. Also, as the financial planner, vice governor interpreter, as economics and business faculty, working as the lecturer in accounting and finance from 2020 until now, and also as the research member in ICEA. Yeah. And also PPI Adelaide University, 2018. Yeah. Okay. And these are the short bio from Ms. Rizky Utami. again, for you are interested in conducting research, she invites you, yeah, the interest on seaweed. Yes. Now, please, questions to Miss Rizky Utami. Seaweed is also nutritious food, right, Miss? With the various product. The familiar one is in the form of seaweed chips. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I love
yeah.
also the flavor seaweed chips.
Yes. As
It's
sushi as
very
well, right? Sushi. Yes, we can.
yes.
Oh, yes. But this is the first time for me like to do the research with the seaweed. So also the first time I see the seaweed itself.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, there are many various seaweed.
Not only one, right? Many.
Yeah. Many products.
Many products. Okay. Yeah. As the common people, I only know the popular product in the form of chips. Chips, yeah. Or is there any one of you want to raise question directly? Please unmute. Also, for the information, the link, the attendance link, the presence link will be shared by the host. Mas Bayu, maybe you can share the attendance list, the link on the attendance list. Yeah. Yeah, the link is now ready for you to fill in. And also the e-certificates will be able to download after you fill in the evaluation form provided by the committee. Yes, thank you for all the presenters today. You are really wonderful. And to summarize, the overall presentation, in the green economy, growth in employment and income are driven in public and private investment into such economic activities, infrastructure and assets that allow reduce carbon emissions and pollutions, enhance energy and resource efficiency, and prevention of the loss of biodiversity and ecosystem services. And how can people contribute in creating a green economy? We can do this by establishing clear policies and regulations, investing in renewable energy, encouraging sustainable transportation, supporting the development of green industries, promoting sustainable consumption, and fostering international cooperations. Thank you again to all the presenters. Please, participants, give a round of applause to all the 6 presenters today. To Ms. Isna Windani from UMP, Dr. Mo Iqbal from UITM, Malaysia, Dr. Jane Pilar Benegay from USAN, Philippines, Dr. Jackie Wibawanti from UMP, Mr. Rocky B. Cruz II from CSPC, Philippines, and also to Ms. Rizky Utami from Universitas Hasanuddin Makassar, Indonesia. Thank you very much. And also, thank you for all the participants. Terima kasih, maraming salamat po. See you dan juga saya Puspa Dewi, ya, as the moderator. Thank you for the time and have a great day and stay healthy, stay safety. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning.
Thank you.
Waalaikumsalam.
Thank you.
I'll give the time back to the Master of Ceremony, Miss Enda.
All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. So the agenda has been offered, but there is one agenda that's it certificate presentation. So as an appreciation from Universitas Muhammadiyah Purworejo, we would like to present the certificate for the 6th speaker. The first one for Dr. Iqbal Mohnoor. Are you still here, Dr. Iqbal? So the committee display the certificate. The second one, all right, maybe Dr. Iqbal is not here. It's okay. The second for Dr. Jane Pilar Piniki. Yeah.
Thank you,
And
ma'am. Thank you.
yes, you're
Thank you.
welcome. Yeah. And the third for Mr. Key, certificate for you for the valuable speech. And the fourth for Dr. Cheki.
Thank you.
Yes. And the fifth for Miss Isna Windani MSc. And this is maybe the last one. Yeah, for Miss Rizky Utami SE. That's all the certificate for the 6 speakers that has a very valuable speech in this conference today. And I am, as Master of Ceremony, say thank you very much for this great morning, just because all the participants can follow the agenda well. And until now, there is still more than 100 participants who stay in this grade. It's a great day, and it's a great, what is it, moment, because all the participants still stay in this screen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of International Colloquium on Economic and Agriculture, ICEA 2023, we would like to say thank you, a massive thanks for your active participation today, and for the 6 speakers. Also, we have thank you very much. Have a great rest of your day. See you in the other events. And before I close this conference, maybe there is another or additional announcement from the head of committee ICEA, Dr. Tusino. Is it enough?
Yeah, I think there is no further information for Mr. Nalastari, but once again, I just really happy this morning because this colloquium could run well. Thank you so much again for Dr. Jane, Mr. Rocky, and Dr. Iqbal, Miss
Thank
Rizky,
you, Dr.
all the
Tusino.
speakers also from UMP. Thank you for hoping that in the near futures, we're going to collaborate further in another program, in more very fruitful program. Thank you, Dr. Hasni, and all foreign partner institution from UMP. Good luck. Thank you, all of you.
Yes, thank you very much. All right, and yeah, all right. So maybe the speakers want to say something, all of the speakers, or it's enough? All right, okay. I'm Andara Stari as Master of Ceremony today. I'm so happy just because I can lead this agenda and can run well. Signing off from me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Goodbye, guys. Goodbye, all of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you semuanya. Yeah. Thank you CSPC. Thank you Yusan. Thank you Unhas. Bu Rizky. Thank you UITM. Selalu di hati. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. From CSPC, thank you.
Yeah. How are you? Okay. Thank you, Dr. Joy.